straight into the fence, and Stickers might take advantage here. There's damage on old Lakey's car.
What is he doing? Oh boy! Oh, big crash, huge crash, glasses into him, glasses into him.
Less than a second away from the podium.
It's not over till it's over.
Get the drive. Who's it gonna be? There's the drive. Oh my god! He gets it, does he get him? He goes into the lead. Oh my god! Oh! That is absolutely incredible!
Oh boy. He's coming down.
Oh, he's in him. Oh, it's drama. Drama.
He's gone for a move very opportunistic. Oh, that came out of nowhere from Morgan Davis.
The battle back for second is an absolute hot rocket. Oh, there's a big tap from Raceman. Away, Raceman's to the wall. But he's recovered straight away. That bump was so lucky. We'll get a quick
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sector 1 Sim Racing tonight in the woods of Georgia. 2.5 hours from the capital of Tennessee, of course, Nashville, and only 45-minute drive from Atlanta. We are at the beautiful Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta circuit, home of the Petite Le Mans, and we are looking forward to an absolute slobber knocker of an event. It is an absolutely beautiful track, 4 kilometres, 12 corners, including the dangerous Esses, a lot of blind sections, 15-minute qualifying, and of course, 50-minute race. The qualifying will be starting very, very shortly. It is a tight, twisty, very technical track, and it takes an absolute lot of cojones to get this one right. Of course, we better start with the Division 4 guys. We'll take a look at their points, and it has been a very, very tight championship. You can see at the top, Rex has got 156 points at this stage. PD Pops only 1 point behind Malevolent, 1 point behind him. There's nothing in it at all. But of course, this is the last of the drop rounds. We're looking very much forward to seeing what happens after that. And this is going to shape the grid, that's for sure, with the final round approaching. But let's see how they go tonight. And of course, speaking of tonight, joining me in the box tonight is Aiden, a.k.a. the Muffin Man, a.k.a. Captain Muffin. Are you there, Captain?
Karen, I'll lead you loud and clear. Good afternoon, mate. Good afternoon, everyone at home. Hope you're all excited as we are for another awesome night of racing here at Sector 1. And this track here, Road Atlanta, it's one of those very unique things. It's a very quick lap here, not a lot of room for error. Plenty of passing opportunities considering its size, but a lot of challenge to really test out drivers in their, I guess, attrition and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, and it's going to be a war of attrition, of course. It was a war of attrition from the moment we got to the track, where we found an Obsession Racing outfit sitting here in the comms box, and looks like Lenosius just left a little bit of a mess. Hope he's well. He'll be racing later tonight. But of course, the Div 4 guys, it is going to be absolutely fantastic to see these guys go out and track, and this track really bites. You make one mistake, you're into the wall, and it's going to bite, no matter what you do.
100%. As well, this track here is also very prominent for its track limit penalty, especially coming out of the end of that first sector there. You just got a little bit wide on that curb. Even though you've lost time, even though you're going slower, it's still going to ping you for it, and it really hurts you going down that back straight.
So I reckon we might get qualifying underway very, very shortly. These guys have been chomping at the bit to get going, that's for sure. A little bit of housekeeping tonight. We are missing the good doctor, who is serving a one-lap race ban. He's been stewardized, but he will be back at Sardinia, of course. And we do have, I believe, who else is it? Womble's out, and it is a pretty serious situation for Womble. We hope he gets better soon. It's going to be, yeah, we saw last weekend it was a absolutely tight event, So we just wait for the cars to go out on track. And we'll start off with the first cap of the rank. It is Petey Pops for Doghouse Motorsport, the main rival to Rex, and the Aston's got a point to prove here at this track. We saw last week a 1-2-3, and it involved the Stranger, of course. And, of course, Petey Pops goes off the top of the Esses.
Yeah, no, it's already starting to claim its first victim in that part of the track. It's deadly.
Speaking of championship rivals, this is the man to beat at the moment, Rex 098 for Red Miss Racing, and gee whiz, that Mustang has been an absolute surprise pocket rocket this season. No one else in the field chose it, and it looks like it's suited him very, very well. He's been able to put some top-tier performances out of that car.
100% he has. This whole season going along, that car's been planted, it's been quick. An American-built Mustang is just an absolute weapon in the hands of Rex.
Yeah, but what makes me think is, will the tyre life bite? Because we know it's a front-end track, this, and very, very notorious for using the tyres, as Petey Pops, of course, about to start the lap. Right behind him, Keza for Ragged Edge Racing, and bit of a swan song moment for Ragged Edge's crew. This is going to be, as you just confirmed, their last season, actually, in Sector 1, and the success they've had, Keza will want to replicate that. We've seen a couple of Drivers' Championships and, of course, a couple of Teams' Championships as well.
They certainly have. That Ragged Edge crew have been showing some great form, even going back to what would have been season 4 and 5 of Sector 1, where in the hands of GDR, Bumcrack, Ghost, and other great names, even Troy himself, have just been absolutely rapid. It's sad to see him leave, but they've left a legacy in this league, and no one will ever forget.
K-Doggy for the Sun God Jaguar for Lucky's Lawn Care Racing, and these guys have not been mucking about towards their end of season preparations. They're looking to revitalise things for season 7, and K-Doggy's decided to commit for another season, which is great news, along with Debrev, who, wow, he got a, I believe it was P2 last round. He looked very, very strong for the racing cars like Legends crew, of course, Gamesman on the side, who you're familiar with there, Muffin.
Oh, I'm familiar with that sponsor. I think we all should be here in the Combox tonight. Going back to the old Diesel Racing M3 days, that great Gamesman sponsored M3, I'll never forget that car.
Yeah, and I'll never forget that, being a biased team owner. Anyway, by the way, guys, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping as well, as Petey Pop sets at 1 minute 20.5. It's a little bit laggy for a couple of reasons. One, we're out in the woods of Georgia, so we don't have the best in terms of track reception. And two, I think Muffin's going through a bit of storms. We've tried to rectify this, but GT7, of course, is just getting in the way as Rex goes to the top, and Malevolent One goes to the top. A 1 minute 20.1. That is sickeningly fast in this division.
That Dodge Viper must be really planted here. I know that car generally likes the corners more than likes the straights, but I do recall it doesn't like to keep its tyres alive. But for qualifying pace, Malevolent One should be in good seat here to get a pole position.
So we're just waiting for one of the guys to just sort of get towards the start of the track so we can do a bit of a purple sector. And we can also introduce Dazza at this point, who's off for Locked Up Motorsport. Dazza's been very, very consistent. His pace has been strong. We saw a track and trail car that he was right up in the fight. But a Corvette just doing Corvette things. Is looking in the chat, we got Dadson, Shizer, Womble, Gurrs in the chat. Scotty, oh hello Scotty, how are you, mate? Got the Stranger, Benny is in the chat as well. So good turnout so far tonight. This is great news. As we'll just jump on board with who is it that's just gone down the front straight? Petey Pops. For a lap of Road Atlanta, you want to pull up into turn 1 nice and early. Very easy to cop some understeer there and fly straight off. Then you brake a little bit early into the blind turn 2. You can take a lot of curb here. And then plant the foot for turn 3. Slight little bit lift off turn 4. Through the S as you go. And it's very easy to overshoot the exit here and gain yourself the penalty out of the Esses in turn 5. And you can see as Petey Pops takes an awful lot. And he's purple by a long, long way. But as you got it, there it is, the penalty. So heading into turn 7, you can tell just on the exit of the Esses, you don't want to do what Petey Pops did just then. As he goes off at turn 8, just decides to go off a little bit. Gets it back on the track nicely. But like we said about the top of the Esses, if you take too much of that exit strip, you're done. You'll get a half-second penalty. Burn zone. Down on the back straight here. You can hit 270 kilometres an hour on the back straight as they go to turn 10A and 10B. Turn 10B we're fondly calling turn 11. Slow in, fast out.
Something else while you're doing that, while he got some hot lap there before he got the penalty, I just want to say Rex is now in pole position by 0.005 of a second.
Oh, look at that gap. And Rex is the man to beat at the moment, but the pressure's well and truly on as he looks like he's coming in. It's a bit early on qualifying to come in.
I guess he's just feeling that maybe he's got some dirty tires, he's ruined the lap, might as well come in and grab a fresh set, go out with like a fresh sort of perspective and see what you can do from here.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for Benny at the moment as well is to just try and find, well, not Benny, Rex, is to try and make sure he just does not make a mistake. There's more pressure on him tonight than there is from the rest of the season because of the drop round. He's basically won every race. I think he's only lost once to Petey Pops.
I think you're right in saying that. I can't call which round, but I think you're right in saying that, mate.
Just keep an eye on Brev at the moment. He's only 4 tenths behind. 7 runners, of course, tonight for the Division 4. It's been a bit of a learning curve for this division, and these guys are getting quicker. There'll be a few more drivers from the looks of next season. A few new drivers as well, which is going to be great. And the grid should fill up very, very nicely at this stage. But, of course, if you do want to jump in, we're still taking registrations, of course, for Season 7, which is going to be the Sector 1 World Tour for the first time. Not a single track from the original Gran Turismo series. As Peter Pops goes quicker again with a 1 minute 20.0. That is storming pace.
That's my say as well, before people said that lap, Malevolent One was up by nearly a tenth, so he could be challenging pole position here. But he's lost it down. Yeah,
he's down by 2 tenths there as he goes into turn 10. And this is what I noticed in the practice sessions. The sector he struggles at the most is Sector 3. Might be just the chicane and... is he coming in? Looks like he's coming in, and that's going to be a tricky little problem. We saw last weekend with the, of course, the Woods of Georgia getting in the way with the reception. We saw last week, it's a very tricky pit lane, this. It's so easy to actually cut the blend line on the exit and the start line here. And we saw a couple of guys get 3-second penalties as these guys are just starting to find their rhythm.
Looking at P-Pops here, going on the back straight on a hot lap. I want to see how his lap is looking here, whether he's up or not. About to cross the line now. Oh, he's matching his time. Oh, there is nothing in there. Couldn't even blink in that time.
Goes into 10. Then aptly named turn 11. You can use a little bit more of the exit there over the top of the hill. And you don't want to
use more of the entrance.
Yeah, you don't want to catch it, oversteer, understeer, any kind of steer. As Petey Pops, you can see he had understeer. Oh, he got...
Yeah, he got air on my screen.
Oh, jeez Louise. He's still so quick, and that's it. That's the thing. The understeer just kills you because he can go into the weeds. And as you see right there, understeer will kill your qualifying.
Definitely, without a doubt, that lap there was looking pretty good. He was only a 10.5 down from P-Pops before he's gone off for the start-finish line there. So, if anything is consistent, which is something you want to see when you're here.
Just keep an eye on Rex's first sector here. That Mustang just looks very dialed in. K-Doggy sets a 1 minute 21.5 to Brev, goes a bit quicker with a 1 minute 20.4.
Yep, both sitting 5th and 4th respectively now.
1 minute 21.2 for Dazza. So Rex is up right now.
Up on his personal best by nearly a tenth. He must be losing time down the back straight, because currently if he keeps the lap going the way it is, he should beat Peter Potts by a little bit, but it might be straight line speed that's holding him back.
Yeah, and being as quick as he is, Rex may just find himself in the top of the pops right here. What's he going to set here in this second split? Let's see. Oh, look at this. He's purple. 3.5 tenths purple. This is quick.
This is insane, Rex. You've got to slow down, mate. That is too quick for me.
If he gets a 1 minute 19 here, jeez Louise. Well, what was the lap time we did last week? I think I did a 1:19.8 in Group A.
I think I would have been too far in front of that.
Oh.
He's lost a fair bit of time, but he's still gone quicker.
1 minute 20.0, so that's definitely the pole lap so far. As Malevolent One's on the charge, on his first lap on brand new tyres.
Yep, still 5 minutes left to go on quali, so everyone should have at least now 3 to 4 laps in him.
So 4.5 tenths down at the moment, the level at 1. He's going to have to find something. Doesn't need to find much though, but this is the sector he's really struggling as Dazza does 1 minute 20.6, and that's Dobrev at the wall.
Yep, he's had a moment somewhere. That's not good. Hopefully he gets that car going again.
Oh, he's gone! He's gone! That's huge! That is danger signs.
That is not good whatsoever for Dobrev right there. Hopefully we can get him back before the race begins, but it does mean he'll be starting from the back, I believe, if we can get him going again.
Correct, Wobble. The glitching is a little bit bad, but we're going to stick with it. We're going to try and set up these 5G towers or get connected to Starlink because, well, in the woods we're not having very many happy moments right now, as we've just seen with Dobrev.
Can confirm, Starlink is going to help you because that's currently the internet this lobby's being run on.
Oh dear God. Anyway, just keeping an eye on PD Pops at the moment. He only needs to find 2/100ths of a second just to get pole. Still got a couple of laps of time, and it's about... Oh, I reckon he might get 3 laps at this. As this...
If he keeps it clean, 3 laps is on the cards.
There's Rex going through the first sector now.
Took that first little left-right chicane absolutely beautifully. I want to see what this first sector split's going to be, because I reckon it's going to be pretty quick.
It is. There it is. It's purple right now. Just 100th under. That Mustang just looks very composed. He's using all of the apex as well.
And the level 1 goes into the pits. He's grabbing a fresh set. He's going to have one last cast at it. He's going to really hammer out these last couple of laps.
See where Rex goes in terms of the second sector here. And he's down. He's lost time. So he's only a 10.5 down on what he's been capable of so far. But this is touch and go right now for Rex. He needs a little bit more. Gets a great exit out of 12. A little bit of understeer. Does it grip nicely? And he goes even faster with a 119.9.
Well, okay. Yep, that is insanely quick. Rex, you, sir, are a weapon.
He's got that Mustang absolutely singing as Keza does a 21.6.
Yep, finds a good bit of time, a nice 0.3 of a second. Well done, Keza.
So, Dazza at the moment, he's definitely had a moment somewhere, or he's just decided to just warm the tyres up, baby them in with a second out lap. Wait and see. Keeping eyes on K-Doggy at the moment. Doesn't look like he's put a foot wrong at this stage, which is great news. He's had a bit of a learning curve so far this season, and in the Jag, we haven't seen many of the Jags run this season as Dobrev has come back. Looks like these ECU issues are starting to... They're just rectifying them a little bit.
Yep. Doesn't mean that he'll be starting from the back of the grid, but Dobrev is a good racer. I've seen him racing for a long time here in Sector 1. I reckon if they're going to start from the back and still do well, it's Dobrev.
Yeah. And he's proven he's not afraid to really have a crack. We saw last round at Dragon Trail Gardens. He was very patient. Just keep our eyes on PD Pops at the moment.
At a track like this, patience is going to be key. Trying to just sort of plan your moves accordingly and not make any sort of unnecessary dives or just movements into the corner out of it. That's going to win you a race.
Speaking of movements at the moment, PD Pops is shuffling. He's up in his personal best at the moment, but he's lost. Is he going to lose time in the third sector? No, he goes pole! 1 minute 19.8, and he's taken the outside. He's gone the understeer, and he smacked the wall. That's going to be qualifying done. He's got to hope that Rex... Oh, Rex has buried it too! That's qualifying done for Rex. They could be handing this to them 11-1 on a silver platter. There's 2.5 tenths between them.
My lord, this is drama-filled. I love this.
And he's purple! The level at 1's up!
Oh my, level 1, just keep it nice and contained, mate. You could take one of the best pole positions of the season here.
This could be the clutch of all clutches! What can he do as he goes out into turn 12? Can he hold it together? No understeer. Oh, he goes P2! Oh, look at the gap! 2 thousandths of a second! That is nothing!
That is utterly insane, and he managed to cross the line before the checker flag got waved, so Malevolent One's still got a chance to improve here.
These guys, Rex and Petey Pops, they can't go any faster. Daz has not gone any more further. What can Keza do? This has been a fantastic qualifying session. And Keza goes a little bit faster, still stays 5th. K-Doggy's faster at the moment, but keeping her eyes on the Malevolent, who's flashing the lights.
Well, Malevolent One gets a bit sideways there. This is he's gone wide. This could be the end of it.
He's been... it sort of held him up being behind K-Doggy. Let's see how much time he's lost.
Yeah, he will get a bit of a slipstream down the straight, but not enough to really give me sort of benefit.
Oh, he's down, well down too. He was up too in the first sector. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that. Petey Pops might be breathing a sigh of relief, and that's Malevolent One gone!
God, everyone's off the track now. Petey Pop's off the track right behind him. If that's not qualifying done, I'm not sure what is.
Oh dear, that is just not gone right. So Petey Pops will take pole position by 0.02 of a second. Malevolent One will take second place by 0.02 of a second. There was absolutely nothing in it. Rex has got a bit of work to do. P3, but look at the gap between the top three. 0.28 of a second.
That is the sort of closest you want to see in motorsport. That is awesome. Well done, boys.
Dazza will finish in P4. 1 minute 20.6. Keza, P5. Oh, and look at the times there as you can see them. 1 minute 21.5 for K-Doggy, 21.4 for Keza, 20.6 for Dazza, 19.9, 19.8, 19.8. Look at the gaps. There's absolutely nothing in it.
Yeah. I'll take the opportunity now to quickly let the boys know Debrev's coming back. So bear with me while I get this set up here, and we'll get the race started as soon as we can, people.
Holy jeez, what a qualifying session, guys. So, in chat, what do we think of that one? Who's going to do what? Who's going to finish where, how, why, when's what? Holy... who could have picked that for qualifying? 3 different drives there, Petey Pops and Rex having big moments on their fast laps, and Malevolent One just getting held up by K-Dog. He's not going to be happy. I don't think anyone in the top 3 will be happy about that.
I would not imagine so myself. I think there's going to be a few people there very disappointed, very unhappy about possible traffic and just mistakes, but that's racing in the end, and it's not about where you start in these races, it's about where you finish. So all you've got to do now is just take a few deep breaths, get on the grid, and just drive the best 50 minutes they can around this great track.
Agreed, and I think, how do you decipher that? Like, any one of those top 3 could have won that. And I don't know what to say. That was just phenomenal. Greer has chimed in with great qualifying session. Also, Keza is renting one side of the Dadson garage tonight. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Good teamwork there. And Poppers, well done by the stranger. And Womble's made his feelings known out in the track there. He's not too pleased. I can see him storming up the pit lane at the moment. Looks like he's heading towards the Lucky's Lawn Care garage. So, very unhappy TO there by the looks of it, of course. And, I don't know how you... Who do you pick for that?
Really, at this point, I definitely cannot pick it. I think these boys here have to just settle on the racetrack. And I think no matter what, one thing I can guarantee, we will be thoroughly entertained with what happens on track.
Yep, and of course, we've also got Group 2 coming to you after this race, of course, and 11 points separating Young Wakey from Evil Evo, and, well, once the drop rounds come into effect, is that gap going to extend, or is that gap going to actually increase? That's going to be the trickiest thing, and, well, speaking of gaps increasing and decreasing, it didn't affect the drop round at all for Distinct Andrew in Division 1, of course, winning the Sector 1 Division 1 title, and, looking very, very ominous doing so. It's just, oh, what a race, seriously. Andrew, and got to give props to Jeesh as well. That was just, he kept him honest the absolute whole way. So, looks like we've got these guys on the grid ready to go. We're just getting comfortable now. Grab your popcorn, grab your beers, grab your water, grab whatever you like. Maybe even just a nice kombucha. Oh, I can't believe I actually said that.
Yep, I'm just going to stick to the water if that's all the same with you, mate. Stick to the old H2O. Right, I'm just confirming the boys know where they're going to park the cars on the grid, but I think we might be in a good spot here to get going. I'll apply this, make sure they know. And if it's all good with you, mate, I'll let these boys know to start to kick it and rip it.
Yep, just stroke the banjo there and let's get this one underway. It's going to be an absolute slobber knocker of an event, guys, so stay tuned. We also have the Group 2 race coming. Whew, it's going to be hard to tell who's going to take this one. Someone's got to stick it to Rex.
I think without a doubt, as we saw there in qualifying, the top 3 cars all made mistakes on a hot lap there. I mean, if in a qualifying session where they sort of not have to go lap after lap to the lap, giving it full beans, like this thing here, with tyres wearing, fuel loads changing and battling other cars around them, it's going to be hard for the cars to really stay on track and stay in a good spot.
So these guys are just about to get going. And we are underway. Petey Pops will lead them away, but level at 1 immediately under threat from Rex. Looks like these guys have had a very clean entry into turn 1. You can see K-Doggy's just lost out to Debrev, who's already started to make moves as Dazza's right on the rear end of Rex. And the Malevolent One's also not mucking about, sticking with Petey Pops. Look at the run that Rex gets through the Esses. Very strong start from these guys.
Yep, Dazza there was in touch with Rex in front, but then coming on to this...
Oh, Malevolent One, surely not around the outside. Malevolent One's going to go around the outside. He's done it! What a move! And Petey Pops under siege now from Rex.
Wowee, what a move. That's also almost move of the race.
Take a look at that as we go on board with the replay. That was just round the outside. That was fantastic driving. As Petey Pops is going to fight his way up.
Oh, around the outside.
Look at this 2x2. Malevolent One's going very deep. And he's managed to hold it. There's contact. Petey Pops has got Rex. Look at this. There's with nothing in it.
Yep. So what I can see here, it appears Petey Pops and Rex have got more top end, but just traction out of the corner. Malevolent One's able to pull away to try and prevent any sort of attack into the corner ahead. But Rex got the inside at turn 1. You don't want to do it there, son.
Oh, and he's gone. Petey Pops contact. That is huge. And Petey Pops is gone! That is championship changing stuff. We're going to get that on our replay.
As well, T1, he's gone.
Oh no!
He's gone!
Oh no! That is enormous. That is drama. That is huge.
Wowee.
What that has done has made Malevolent One skip away by 2.1 seconds. The drama of the championship is unfolding. Rex has been major asterisks right next to his name. He's got Dazza all over his rear end. And Petey Pops, who's gone off at the Esses as well. Everything is unfolding. All hell is broken loose.
It's not gone the way of Petey Pops tonight, but thankfully, still on lap 2 in this race here. You know, still got, what, 47 minutes to go, 47.5 minutes. He can come back from here, just knock down, not get too phased by it, and just try and catch up with the cars in front, because we've already seen they're fighting hard. They're going to be losing time, just tripping over each other. Petey Pops here, catch back up in no time.
That was, in terms of drama, that was as big as it's been all season long for these guys. There will be pens clicking in the steward's box. I tell you what, Womble has thrown Green Beacon Wayfarers all over the monitors down there at Red Mist Racing. He's not happy. The Stranger's absolutely foaming at the moment. He's storming up the pit lane. But looks like, I think out of all the teams, I think the major one will be very, very happy at the moment, of course, is Deeds and Locked Up Motorsport, because the drama, they've been able to avoid at the moment. Kez are up to P4. So there's big beneficiaries out of all of this at this point.
And really, the top 3 are still within close contention of each other. And once again, as we said, that Dodge Viper It's really gripped up on the straights, but it's really gripped up out of the corners, sorry, but doesn't have a lot of top end. So Rex is going to be gaining hand over fist, well, time.
He's
hand
definitely,
fist, I should say.
He is definitely gaining at the moment. 1.1 seconds at this point. And he is clawing time out. He's actually purple at the moment. Malevolent One's just settling into a rhythm, and Rex, well, he has to be pushing. But oh, how do you stop? How do you deal with that drama? That is going to be a very interesting stewards briefing for sure at this point, especially with the drop rounds coming right up for next round.
Yep, I definitely am happy I'm just a race director and no steward, because I do not want to be a part of that whatsoever.
Keeping our eyes at the moment at K-Doggy, who's avoided all the drama at this point. He's kept it very, very clean. P5 at the moment, great signs for someone who's at times just being very unhappy about his own driving. But not only that, he's had a couple of results this season where he's really found confidence and had a very quick car. He's not let Keza go, which is actually really, really good at this point.
Something I do want to say as well, K-Dog's car, I love the livery on that. It's got like a sort of like a beachy sort of fun vibe to it.
Oh, Petey Pops is gone! He's gone again! This is not going well at all!
Yeah, just going from bad to worse. Mate, if Petey Pops had that bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
And you just saw the understeer of the Aston, it just did not agree with him at all. The front end is just squealing in pain.
I think he's had a few too many trips on the sand on the grass, and it's just absolutely dirty his tyres beyond belief. You'll have understeer, oversteer, you'll have all the steers at this point.
Yeah, that just did not end well. And look at the gap between Rex and the Malevolent One. Of course, Battle of the Breweries. Been doing it for quite a few seasons now between Dadson and Deeds and Red Mist. But Debrev has just confirmed as well. He's had a massive ECU failure in the Mercedes, so that has put him out, unfortunately, of tonight's race.
It's okay, thankfully though, you'll have another 2 weeks before the last round of Sardinia to fix those up, and hopefully should be able to jump back on track and pull out a good result to end the season with.
Now, just keeping an eye on the Keza and K-Doggy Dazza battle at the moment. The gap is...
Oh, K-Doggy's in the sand. K-Doggy's in the sand. He's
at the top of the Esses there. Just been able to click onto it, unfortunately, in that absolutely gorgeous Sun God Jag.
Oh, it's very unfortunate. He was right on the back of Keza as well. He was ready to attack on that back straight next lap, but yeah, just went a bit too wide, found the sand, and the car just said, I'm not going to drive any further, mate.
Yeah, this battle between Malevolent One and Rex right now is really starting to heat up. The gap is starting to drop. Malevolent One, actually speaking to him today, he was very, very confident that he could pull a very strong result here. Road Atlanta is one of his favourite tracks, which is massive, considering it's not anyone else's in the rest of the team. I'll give him that.
Definitely, and currently now, just looking at the 2 cars, lap time wise, they're pretty much going lap for lap at this point. Like, there's a tenth or 2 in each lap. These guys are matching each other.
And we saw Distinct Andrew last weekend. He absolutely dominated in the Viper, but he was able to really look after the car compared to the Mustang, which is a total unknown at this point. We don't know anything about it every single time we turn up, and that's probably one of the trump cards for Rex's season at this point. Picking a car that no one's got information on, and has really pulled a great season out of it, as he's really starting to close up to the back of the Malevolent One.
Yeah, I can see without a doubt. He'll be in System here on the back straight. If he can just get a good run out, he could be on for a move into the turn 10A, turn 10B chicane.
Yeah, there's going to be a big slipstream here at this point. You can see the time dropping. That Mustang, the 5-litre Coyote, it's absolutely rearing its head. Malevolent One goes very defensive at this point to 10.
Thankfully, the brakes on that blade, D's Racing Dodge Viper have got, well, not stopping power for Malevolent One to hold the inside and still make the apex of the corner.
This is the battle for the lead of this race. There's been drama already left, right and centre. Tell Rex has just got that Mustang absolutely on point as Malevolent One just holds it on. Rex is going to have a big look here. Oh, he thought about it. He definitely thought about it. Malevolent One starting to feel the pressure now, though.
At this point here, mate, no point looking at the time gap on your side there for how far away from each other. We can see it clear as day and use a measuring tape for it.
Yep, on the Deeds Racing Dodge Viper now, and there's QE of each other, that's for sure. And looking at the chats at the moment, there is a lot going on in the chat at the moment. Oh wow! How do you judge that? That's just the thing. It's just I don't want to borrow that.
Yeah, I think at this point, personally, I'll have to have a look at it after the race from a few different angles, see what camera perspectives we got here at Road Atlanta, and try and learn exactly what happened there to cause such an incident.
Rex looks for the inside, just decides to bring the nose back. The level at one's just starting to just even out the times with Rex at this point. Looks like the Mustang's definitely got the wood on him in the fastest section. Oh, the Malevolent one, just a little bit of oversteer on the exit of turn 13.
Yep, but look at his inputs. He kept the gas up. He still went for it, so good on him. Well done, son.
Yeah, doing a great job at this point. This is the race for... Oh, the battle for the race for the race. I did it again. The battle for the lead of the race. At this point, coming down the Esses. And these two...
Yeah. Those two cars are in front having the battle, but I just want to say as well, looking behind, it appears that Keza is catching Dada, so we could have a battle for the last step on the podium coming into the race here by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like Keza's started to really match that style. He's got some good pace at the moment, 21.7 last lap.
Definitely, which is roughly half a second faster than what Daz is doing, so as long as Kez can keep his nose clean, he won't catch him in the first stint, but in the second stint, Dazza could definitely be under threat here.
That's the thing, that Daz has just got to put the foot down, but the problem is as well, he's going to suffer in that Corvette with the fuel issues that have plagued the Chevy all season long. It drinks like a Chevy should, that's for sure. As Malevolent one over the top of the Fox Factory Hill.
Yep, I'll look at their lap times here and see what the gap is between them. Malevolent one does 20.9, and by the looks of it, Rex down at 21.0, so a tenth in favour of Malevolent one, but that is just nothing. It's going tit for tat between these two, honestly.
So I think at this point, with 9 laps done, we might just get a fuel and tyre report, I reckon, there. Muffin, how are they looking at this point?
We'll start with Malevolent one in the lead there in the Deeds Racing Dodge Viper. Currently looking at about 3/5. Let's take a fuel, I guess you could say. Front tyres definitely got to be aware of them. Rear tyres are all good, but overall, cars are going alright so far. Rex, in comparison, he's got much better tyres, a lot more front end grip, but he's already below half a tank.
Oh,
so
wow.
That could be a factor. Yeah. He's not holding back to keep up with Malevolent one here. Daz at P3, just above half a tank, bit more fuel than Rex, but tyre-wise, look about on par with Malevolent one, maybe a touch better on the fronts there. Keza at P4, currently about the same amount of fuel as Malevolent one and P1, and tyres about the same as Rex, so he's looking alright. He's got the best of both worlds, really. He is in a shout of catching the cars in front if he keeps going the way he is. K-Doggy P5, currently same fuel as Malevolent one and Keza in front of him, but tyre-wise, he used a bit more of every tyre. Nothing too bad, but I can definitely see him feeling the effects of tyre wear a bit sooner compared to the cars in front. And P-Pop's car up the rear, arguably, I'd say he's got the most fuel in the field, and
Oh, what's happened there?
Yep, I've just with our video feed with our cameras there at Road Atlanta. I'm not sure what's happened there whatsoever.
Wow, so looks like our issues in terms of the woods of Atlanta very much playing havoc at the moment. Sorry guys, we will try and get to the bottom of this very, very quickly. And not sure what's happened there. GT7 obviously doing GT7 things. As we just see if I can get back into the feed. And wow, just looking at this, it looks like GT7 has just done absolutely everything GT7.
That is mental, right? Yeah, I'll quickly get this up and running again and see what's happened here. Worst case, I might have to do a little red flag type scenario and we've already done about 10 minutes of the race.
Correct. So we had about 37 minutes left, and at that point, we'll just go through the grid at this point. So Malevolent One was in front, barely holding on against Rex, with Dazza Sterling P3 at the point. Of course, Keza Johnson in P4, K-Doggy 5th, PD Pops in P6, Debrev, unfortunately, having those ECU issues, he might be able to actually jump back because of a red flag. If they can fix that, racing cars like Legends car straight up. But we'll wait and see. And it looks like, GT7 has well and truly kicked the bucket.
Yep, and I can confirm as well, the Div 2 just lost their lobby as well, so it wasn't just us here. Must be a GT further thing.
That is a negative.
Ah.
The exact same time you guys lost your lobby, I did as well. The poor Div 2 guys got the flick.
Oh, and that is the smooth tones of Carbonboy, who will be hosting the Division 2 race. How are you there, Luke?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, I was doing pretty good up until about a minute ago.
No, that's fair enough. Muffin, I think you might have opened your room to the public, so...
Okay. I'll double check that quickly. I thought I had set to friends only.
No, that's all good. So we do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, these are issues plaguing Gran Turismo 7, the platform itself at this point, and of course, we have been having these issues deep in the woods of Georgia. It has not been fun whatsoever, and we are, very unfortunately having to put up with these plagued issues. So it was looking up to a very great race to start off with, but if anybody has gotten a bit of a reprieve at this point, not only is it Debrev, it's PD Pops as well. So PD Pops, with this red flag, will have to start back at the pack, but instead of that big 13.5 second gap he once had, it's going to be basically nothing. He's going to be able to fight his way through the pack. So this may just very well have helped out the Doghouse Racing Aston Martin of PD Pops.
Yeah, that was... Definitely, it spiced up the race a little bit, because now everyone that was on bad tyres or had bad fuel is now reset. Everyone is all good. By the looks of it, it's now brought everyone back into the race. Now it's going to be a 40-minute sprint, which is really going to spice up here.
I think might be able to make it. Can you make it 35 or no?
I'll confirm that, but I don't think 35 is an option.
Yeah,
I cannot.
I don't think so. It must have to be 40. So we will go for the 40-minute mark, I reckon. Now, I think, and Midpack Hacks also just chimed in saying the GT World Series lobby kicked it last night. Now these are failing. What's up, PD? Polyphony Digital, yep, they are making a few errors on Gran Turismo's behalf. And one thing we did learn, actually, and I can't believe it actually happened, but the way that these lobbies work from Gran Turismo Sport to Gran Turismo 7, they're very, very similar, although this has been completely restructured from the ground up in Gran Turismo 7 and has really not helped it at all. So, if we can double check, just waiting to see if a couple of these guys are back in their cars at this point. And it was looking up to a very great battle at the moment for Rex and the Malevolent One, and it was well and truly advantage Rex at that point in terms of the tyre life, but in terms of the fuel itself, that was going to be a right royal pain for Rex. He would have lost time there, and all Malevolent One had to do was just hold on a little bit.
Oh yeah, then I'm just trying to get the settings. There we are. Let me just change these settings quickly so I can set the grid.
What lap were we actually in?
We were on lap 9, I believe, when the lobby decided to call it a day.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we could match the laps in terms of what these guys were going to be able to do, or just looking at the Dadson, the beers are going hot in the Dadson garage with the power outage. He's right. Won't hesitate on that one. We will get this race underway very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Just stay tuned for us on this one. Unfortunately, Gran Turismo not having a great night so far. There is thunderstorms here in the Sector 1 feed at the moment. It's looking a bit dicey in the weather, but that being said, the clouds may or may not have come over Road Atlanta at this point too, which is definitely going to change the outlook of the race. We're just looking to get these guys all sorted, so stay tuned. By the way, guys in chat, throw in your predictions for the Division 2 race. That'll be coming up straight after this one, as Carbonboy will be hosting that one. Carbonboy, are you there at the moment?
I am, and I can confirm that the Div 4 race was on lap 9 when it decided to cease functioning.
I've just had a suggestion in the chat from old mate Whitehead's Muffin, and
Yes, okay.
he reckons make it a 25 lap sprint. Ooh, that'd be
That could be an option.
yeah, I reckon we do that.
Definitely.
Let's throw the kitchen sink at these boys, I reckon. They'll be... And not only will that help the likes of Rex and the Malevolent One, and especially Dazza in terms of fuel, these guys can actually go hell for leather and not worried about strategy, which is going to be even more of a challenge as well. Dadson's saying we did 37 laps Sunday. Well, let's put it this way. Dadson and Gurr just steamrolled 37 laps. That was a fantastic battle last week in Division 3. And speaking of the Division 3 title, that's juicing up to a hot little meatball, that one. 3 drivers within absolute cooey of each other. Advantage Dadson at this point by 3 points, as Debrev has asked if we're going again. Yes, we are, Debrev. And if you can get in and going again, you should be able to join the back of the grid.
Yep, definitely. I can make sure he gets to the back of the grid there. He should... I think I can talk to the guys here. Might be able to keep him on the lead lap, so he can fight for points again rather than just being 10 laps down.
D-Flow, that is brutal. Would have done more if you took the sandbags out, Dadson. Oh, jeez. I don't think there'll be any sandbags being held at our next round at Sardinia, especially in that Division 3 race. That's going to be, wow, an absolute corker of a round. I genuinely don't know who to pick. It is advantage Dadson in the points, but in the last 2 rounds, Guru has just been on absolute fire. Dadson has fired back saying, behave, D-Flow. Oh, wow. I don't know how you see that one going down. There are 3 drivers at this point of the race that could be, or this point of the season, that could take home this championship. And... oh, who do you pick for that one? Carbonboy, have you got any thoughts on that battle? I think it might be just...
Pardon me, which battle exactly?
The Div 3 battle, as I can see you back down at the Doghouse VIP Lounge. Looks like you're stuffing your face again.
That is correct. When there is free catering to be found, you will find me right there. I've been a guest at many a team barbecue.
Oh, dear God.
Yep, the ASR boys do put on a good feed.
Oh, you're down at Team Ascension now with the celebratory cakes.
No, I was raiding their barbecue at Deep Forest, and may have attempted to pinch a couple of beers from the Dadson garage when they got their 1-2. Unfortunately, they had already celebrated sufficiently, and there were none left in the fridge.
Oh, jeez. So we're just waiting on Debrev at the moment. It looks like the Racing Cars Like Legends guys are just starting to get that car back underway. Of course, the Mercedes having a few issues so far tonight. And, yeah, it's not really helping at the moment in terms of the Mercedes. The German-built AMG engines, the 6.3 litres, seem to be struggling just in terms of reliability late on in this season. So...
Sorry, in regards to the Div 3 battle between Gurr, Dadson and the Stranger, I'd love to see nothing more than an absolute titanic 3-way battle, no holds barred, good clean racing of course, but no team orders, nothing, just 3 guys going as hard as they can for the win.
Yeah, agreed. I think we might just place a 2-minute warning on these guys to get ready and get started as we wait for Debrev. It looks like we are falling short of time at this point to get that car underway. The bonnet's just gone back up on that at Mercedes at Racing Cars Like Legends, and even with all the master parts and the expertise of RCLL. It's, yeah, we're just waiting to see if the car can get back out of the pit lane. Of course, it's, yeah, been a long season at this point. We've got one more round left, and, of course, next week with the D-Stink Andrew wrapping up the Division 1 championship, means it's going to be a bit of a free-for-all next round, as there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be just going for broke, I believe, and I, for one, can't wait to be seeing that happen. As, looks like Brev's getting back in the car now. He is in the car, so that's good news for the racing cars like Legends, boys. They are back out.
Definitely, yep, he's all set, ready to go. I'll let the guys know we're going now. We're going to this race restart. 25 lap sprint here from these guys. Yes, mid-pack hack. We're starting up right now, buddy. Strap in. As long as GT doesn't screw us around again, we'll run for a good race here.
Yep, so I agree, and as we both fire in the starting soon, I think we both... Did we just touch the big red button together? I don't know, but anyway...
I think we were holding hands when we did it, mate. It was very romantic. I loved it.
Oh, God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. 25 laps here at Road Atlanta. This will be a bit of a limited race, unfortunately, just in terms of everything that's happened. And we will just fix up the graphics once the race starts as well, unfortunately, of course, with Gran Turismo. It is just doing its own thing at the moment. It's got a bit of a mind of its own. We're going to call it the satellite, because Gran Turismo just wanders around, does what it wants.
Yep, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't as well. It's like a satellite.
Very, very true.
No, but the guys here, they're rolling down again to the front straight here for the second time as they go again on the restart. Has the lead from Rex. Now, fuel tanks, tyres, all being reset.
Oh, and Rex is going to have a big look early on. And these boys now have to battle for the win in different circumstances. They are completely on their own. And you can see at the top, lap 1 of 25. Oh, you don't want to be part of this little battle as Rex. He's just lost touch with the Malevolent one. Dazzler's having a big look early on.
Yeah. Dazzler knows now he was falling behind before. Let's get our second chance now, not let them go away again. Because if they do, it's game over for him for the win.
Look at the braking of the Corvette as Dazzler closes right in. Rex has got just a little bit checked up to hold behind the Malevolent one. These guys are your top three.
I can already see 3 wide into the chicane here. I can already see it happening.
And Petey Pops has got a penalty as well, so that restart has not worked very well at all as Rex goes up the outside of Malevolent One, who's gone very defensive at this point. Malevolent One breaks very deep. Is he going to be able to pull it?
Up.
He does get it pulled up. 3 guys within cooey of each other.
Yep, Kaz also just off the back of this, so really he's still in the shot here as well.
And Dobrev already made his way up to P5, but the battle is well and truly at the front. As Rex decides to have a bit of a look, the Malevolent One's got a lot of oversteer. This is great racing so far, great racing, and Daz is well and truly in this battle now, and he doesn't have to worry about fuel dramas now. He can just send it. On board now with the Red Mist Racing Ford Mustang. You can see in the mirror, in the very tiny mirror, of course, of the Mustang. That's where Dazzler lies, but in front is the view of Rex as the Malevolent One is the leader.
Yep. Currently here, battle for 1, 2, 3. Battle for 4th and 5th with Dobrev and Kazza Johnson going at it.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact on the exit of the corner. Malevolent One may have just lost a position.
Oh, no.
Was there contact? That's the real question here, because that Dodge Viper looked very unsettled on the exit of the corner. He might have even caught the grass.
Yeah, oh, they're 3 wide. Down, oh,
there's contact! Malevolent One's gone! Malevolent One's gone! We're going to have to get a replay of that. That was huge. Was there contact? On board now, there was a little bit of a contact, and it sent Malevolent One into the Shadow Realm. That was enormous, and what that has done is put him stone cold last.
Well, Malevolent One at this point, he's now on the comeback drive. Let's see if he can filter his way back through the field and get back to Rex and Dazza. He's had the pace to match Rex the whole day, so really, it's not like he can't do it. It's just a question of if he will do it.
And
That
what that means is Rex has got an absolute golden ticket here, but he still needs to hold off Dazza, who's looking very strong at this point, mind you.
Definitely. That Corvette off the restarts was absolutely great. He is not holding back. He's nearly gone to the back of Rex there, going to the back straight. And that Corvette, the weapon in a straight line, he actually may be able to make a move here into the 10A, 10B chicane.
And look at the time drop. Is Rex saving fuel, or is that just the sheer power of the Corvette with a slipstream? If you look behind on the Green Beacon Ford Mustang, from Red Mist Racing, it's Rex eyeing off Dazza for Locked Up Motorsports, and Dazza's really not letting him get away at this point.
Yeah. And really, these two here, Dazza and Rex, they keep going the way they are. Look at P3, Debrev, from the back of the grid in 3 laps, is already in a podium spot.
So
Kez
has had a moment. Kez has had a big moment somewhere. He was P4.
SP on this lap here, the current lap time 1:29.4. He's had a massive mare somewhere. We must have missed that one.
And Malevolent one as well, back down into P6, but he is closing on Petey Pops. Petey, little bit of a reprieve at this point.
Yep. After his unfortunate accidents there before the red flag the race, he's now 8 seconds off the lead, but currently only right behind K-Doggy P4. And I reckon once he gets in front of K-Doggy, he's going to show from the distance in the hunt of Debrev, Dazza and Rex in front.
Got our eyes on Dazza, speaking of the devil, and he is just still within a second at the moment, just within touching distance of Rex, who seems to be trying to break the toe. And we saw before the eventual crash that, and Wobble's just chimed in saying he's actually luckier watching this race than being in it. And to be honest, I probably agree there, Womble. This has been an absolute drama-filled slobber knocker of a race. There's Debrev there, sitting P3 at the moment. Massive ECU issues that actually forced him out of the initial start. We had the red flag. The Racing Cars Like Legends crew absolutely able to get to work. And he's sitting in a podium position now. This is an absolutely incredible fight back.
Hopefully they've used enough cable ties, duct tape and WD-40 to keep the car going for a little bit longer, because right now it's in a great spot here, that Debrev's RC LL Mercedes-Benz.
Well, what this does now with the laps is that it means that the strategies will start to chop and change a little bit. They were planning to go about 37 laps, I dare say, but now they've got to go for broke for 25 laps. The fuel and tyre usage may very well change here. Just keep our eyes on the Petey Pops Malevolent. Petey Pops has got a half-second penalty, so he's cut the Esses. And that's been a big danger all night so far. He's just not been able to get that Aston Martin hooked up at the top of the Esses there. It's gone wide, and now he's going to be at the mercy of the Malevolent one, who will gain a position out of this.
Well, can confirm Petey Pops, that just a little bit of a track limit penalty zone there on the exit of that left-hander at the end of Sector 1. It can claim even the best drivers. It is an absolute shocking penalty zone there.
Malevolent one gets it, the move done. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. It was a strong move. He's got K-Doggy just in front of him. These two are going to have to fight tooth and nail to work together and make sure that they actually get this done.
And look, actually, sorry, Dazza's made a mistake. He's 4 seconds off the back of Rex now, and Debrev is now in the hunt for P2.
Can you imagine if Debrev gets P2 after all this?
Mate, imagine he gets P1.
Oh, wow. And Dazza, look at that. Just a little bit of an oversteer moment through the start of the Esses. That Corvette is not feeling comfortable.
Yep, he went a bit wide there through the last of the Esses there. He may get a penalty for that, but I think he may have just gotten away with it.
And K-Doggy is up to P4 at the moment. This is a fantastic result.
Yep, he's got Malevolent one right on his rear end, and Malevolent one, he's taking no prisoners. He's seen nothing but red here. He's gonna be going for broke. Yep,
he'll be an angry little skittle, that's for sure. If he's going to be a chili, he'll be a full-blown Carolina Reaper right now.
And off the back of that, Petey Pop's only 7/10 of a second behind. So right now, Malevolent one's doing all the hard work, and Petey Pop's just pick up the scraps here.
As the cameraman goes a little bit AWOL there. K-Doggy fighting off the Malevolent One, who we saw had pace, and it was very strong pace.
Oh, look at this. 3-car battle for P4. Oh, this is awesome. You love to see it.
And only just a little bit in front of these guys. It's a
Malevolent
Malevolent One.
in the sand.
Oh,
Grass.
he held on, but he's going to have dirty tyres coming into turn 1. Is he able to... Oh, there's a yellow flag.
Someone.
Who's that? That's Dazza! Dazza's gone! So Dazza's had a big moment. We'll see if we can catch up on the replay.
Oh,
And he's gone
spun
wide again. He's off again.
He must have gone wide and just clapped the wall there.
Yeah, he has.
And
So
exit.
he's oversteered. He's looks like he's oversteered off the grass and clipped the wall. But what that's done now, DeBrev into P2.
Now, at this point here, the guys in the RCLL Mercedes-Benz Racing Garage, they're just going to be telling DeBrev to just nurse the car. We've done more than what we were expecting to do. We don't want any more ECU failures or any sort of failure for that matter. Let's just bring the car home. P2 with a great result for him right now.
The big thing about this now, he's actually, if you look at the teams, he's technically got a rear gunner in K-Doggy right now. K-Doggy, of course, we know how staunch and stubborn his defense is, and the fact that he's not afraid to, and we've seen it especially at Deep Forest, he is not afraid to hold his position.
And right now, it looks as if K-Doggy's Jag is getting a good run out of the corners, and even like the slow sort of like acceleration zones, Malevolent One can't make a move. So he's really got to pray and hope that K-Doggy can make a mistake that slows him down enough for Malevolent One to get ahead.
Well, you can see the mirrors are full of the Deeds Racing Dodge Viper. K-Doggy, he looks like he's driving it not at full strength, but he doesn't need to because he's holding such a great line at this point. And it's Malevolent One. Little bit of oversteer through the Esses. PD Pops has actually lost touch with these guys.
Yep, he had a little oversteer moment as well, just after Malevolent One had his. Yeah, 2 seconds off the back now, but hopefully a bit of clear air should settle him down, and he might be able to come back a bit once the race gets a bit more settled in.
So 21.6 last lap for the Malevolent One, and K-Doggy with a 21.4. So it seems like in these sprint-style conditions that K-Doggy's not worried as much about sending the car. He's definitely got good pace at the moment compared to the guys in front of him. And he could turn this into a brilliant result tonight, and he's going even quicker at this point. So going to Sector 2, he's only 2.7 behind DeBrev at this point, who seems like he's losing a bit of time. He did a 22.5 last lap.
This lap here, let's see what DeBrev crossed the line with now. A low 21, okay, he must have made a mistake on that lap 7 there. He's coming back now, he's only a 10th of his fastest lap.
If I'm K-Doggy at this point, knowing that I've got a bit of pace, if Malevolent One makes the move, let it happen, because then that way he can just sit behind. Malevolent One's going to push, and it's clear that K-Doggy's got the pace to hang with him.
Definitely does. I think, yeah, K-Doggy should definitely just lay over and, accept taking the loss. But really, if we were to lose position to Malevolent One, it would not be the end of the world, but they've both gone very wide there. They might get
penalties. There could be penalties as Malevolent One goes very aggressive on the outside. There is a half-second penalty.
Malevolent One's got one. K-Doggy's gone away with the murder. Oh my lord.
Oh dear God. So that was very aggressive of Malevolent One. Oh, look at the yellow oversteer on the exit. Too much of the apex. He could be at the mercy of PD Pops here. This could be return serve in terms of penalties.
Yeah, PD Pops, look at that overspeed he's got now. He's going to fly straight past here.
And he
Before he
does.
even make the corner.
So PD Pops, he needed to fight back to try and keep in touch with Rex after everything that's happened so far. And this is a big battle at the moment. We'll just keep our eyes in front, of course. Rex, 7.6 seconds to the goods.
Oh, PD Pops in the grass, but he's held it.
Oh, that was close. K-Doggy is doing a phenomenal job here, just keeping these guys at bay. These two are 2 of the 3. Oh, look at the... Oh, there might be a bit of contact there. PD Pops definitely went way wide. But not only that, it checked up the Malevolent One a little bit.
Yep, it's giving K-Doggy a 1.5 second advantage now. If he has to keep following away, K-Doggy on the podium. Wow.
And this is a very strong battle here. These two cannot afford to let Rex get away, because if they do, this could very well be curtains for the championship.
Yep. Speaking of Raceway, talking about though, currently got 8.1 seconds over to Brev. That is phenomenal. 10 laps. He's put on a bit under a second a lap. That is great pace there.
Yeah, that's scary good pace at this point of the race to Brev. He's just found a little bit more out of K-Doggy. 4.4 to the good. Keeping our eyes on the championship battle at the moment. Rex only 1 point ahead of PD Pops before the drop zone, and Malevolent One's only 4 points behind them. And what this is doing is, this is, if anything, with K-Doggy being the card in the middle, this is helping DeBrev's chance of actually looking at a podium result for the points.
Oh Lord. How this championship top changes, turns. Oh, how the turntables.
Yeah, probably the best way to say it is PD Pops just runs a little bit wide. The Malevolent One's wanting to have a bit of a look as he goes into the Esses.
No.
Not in the Esses. Contact! There's contact. Can PD Pops hold it together? He does. Oh, that's not what you want to be doing, though. That was a risky move. See if we can get that on a replay. But you don't want to be doing that sort of move. PD Pops has every right to feel a bit aggrieved about that one. That was a, I'm going to send it. I don't care if you are fighting me for the championship. This is for the championship.
Very much an Ayrton Senna-esque move there, you know. If no longer go for a gap that exists, no longer a racing driver, but that gap there,
yeah.
I'd argue with a gap of diminishing returns, but I'm not a steward. I'm not a steward.
And it looks like the stranger's just stuck his rude finger up at me, and he has every right to.
Yep. Bit of frustration there from the doghouse pit wall.
It has been a very frustrating night for the doghouse boys.
But I do want to say though, even after all that, K-Doggy is now got less than a second gap to Malevolent One behind him. That is insane. K-Doggy's falling through a cliff here now. Yeah,
and the gap, you can see the gap between himself and DeBrev. The gap is definitely opening up. This might just bring PD Pops back into this battle, and after what we saw at this point last lap, PD Pops, he knows what's at stake here, and the standards have definitely been set in terms of the battle. But it's going to be it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a lot of elbows out stuff.
Yep, gap now between Malevolent One and PD Pops is 2.2, but PD Pops has got a half-second penalty going wide there at the end of the S's. I'll have to keep an eye on that. If K-Doggy can hold his position here and just sort of, I guess, not really back up Malevolent One, but just sort of not let him get past, in a sense, this could really spice up the battle between Malevolent One and PD Pops down the line here.
As K-Doggy goes defensive. Oh, the little switch back from Malevolent One. Is he going to get it done? He does. It is a very good move. See if we can get that on our replay. That was strong. He set that up beautifully. It was Michael Schumacher-esque, that little flick from the outside to the inside.
Oh, but Malevolent One's gone.
Oh, he's very, very wide.
Over all the signs. Oh, I put them there myself.
Yeah, he heard that his team owner decided to splash out on Michelin's for the entire crew for this round, and, well, he's making the most of it.
He's on a very dirty tyres. PD Pops 2 seconds behind now. If PD Pops catches Malevolent One, there'll be no racing room left. These guys will just go bumper to bumper, door panel to door panel. They will not hold back on each other.
And speaking of not holding back, Keza, he is only 2.4 behind this battle at the moment. If K-Doggy can hold position and keep holding Malevolent One PD Pops back, Keza could very well be in this battle.
He certainly could be, and really, I think now, 13 out of 25 laps into the race, I reckon now's a good time for a tyre and fuel update because the pit window is well and truly open. Look ahead at Rex now, P1 currently, just below quarter of a tank of fuel. Tyres, the front left is going to be aware, but overall, nothing more than like a third to a quarter. On all tyres, he's kept his car in good nick.
Just looking at the chat at the moment, and D-Flow's fired a warning shot. Thank you, D-Flow, for reminding me about that one.
Definitely.
Anyway,
D-Flow. Crack me up there, man.
Anyway, we'll get back to the action.
Yep. To rev their P2, he's got a bit more fuel, but not enough to really make any sort of inroads, but his tyres are definitely worse off. Not by much, but he's definitely got a lot less grip than Rex in front. K-Doggy in P3. He's got the most fuel by a country mile on the top two. He's got
Wow.
a third of a tank there.
That's
He's doing
huge.
great.
That's huge.
Tire-wise though, he's looking only a bit better than Dobrev, not as good as Rex. He's definitely using more of the car, but his fuel tank is not looking too bad. 11.1 P4 with a half-second penalty. You love to see it, Petey Pop says. Currently, his front tyres are half gone. He is losing a lot of front-end grip there. But fuel-wise, battle par with K-Doggy, so his pit stop probably about the same length as K-Doggy in front. Petey Pops though, he's got a touch more fuel than the two cars in front of him, and his tyres are looking really nice. Pretty much on par with Rex now in P1. He is going to be coming up on him when the pit stops happen. Keza in P6. I reckon his front tyre is going to be the best I've seen all around. His rear's got a little bit of wear, but that grip in the front is going to really help him out. Fuel-wise, a bit less than Petey, but overall, pretty darn close there. And Dazza in the lead. He must have gone for a pit stop already.
Yeah, he just did. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
How much fuel's he put in is the real question here.
Currently, he's got just above 2/3, possibly even a bit below 3/4 tank of fuel. Tyres looking fresh, of course. He's looking really good. He's definitely going to the NT. He's not doing a two-stop.
Speaking of looking fresh, Dobrev's coming for his stop. So he's looking for the undercut here. This is actually a very smart move.
Definitely. They're leading a bit late for the pit stop. Currently lap, it's 15 now for Rex in P1. Normally, 25 lap race, you want to nearly pit around lap 12, lap 13, try and split the race evenly down the centre, but I'm not leading the race. He's got a 14-second lead now on K-Doggy in P2. He might know something we don't, but currently Rex is on the fuel light, so I would not be surprised if this is the lap he goes into the pit lane.
Yep, and especially with the Ford's fuel usage. You saw Dobrev pit with 19% in the tank. If Rex is on the light, he could very well lose a bit more time out of this to Dobrev.
Yep. Something I do want to say is a lot quickly, K-Doggy about to have a half-second penalty with 11.1, 1.2 seconds behind. That's going to shrink down behind 11.1 by 16th of a second behind. Petey Pops going into the chicane here. This could get pretty close between the three of them.
Oh, can you imagine as Malevolent One shows the nose on K-Doggy? Can you imagine this battle between Malevolent One and Petey Pops? Looks like K-Doggy's pitting. Oh, they're both pitting.
Yep. Hopefully none of them go wide. Hopefully none of them get the penalty, the 3-second penalty.
Oh, a little bit contact. There's contact in the pit lane. Oh, it is such a tricky pit lane. But even so, that's not ended well. Look at the fuel save look at the difference in fuel for Malevolent One and K-Doggy compared to Rex. Rex could very well suffer here. We've got to keep our eyes on Dobrev. He's going over the top of the hill now. There was an 8-second gap.
Yep. Rex now about to exit pit lane. He's got control of the car. He's currently rounding that T1 bend. He's out. He's got the lead. Dobrev now. He's got a gap. Yeah, no, he's safe. Rex is safe.
So it looks like, yep, Dobrev's made up time in that stop with the fuel save. Dobrev's made up 3 seconds out of that. That's huge. But the problem for Rex now, he's got to make hay while the sun shines here, because you know Dobrev will.
Now I do want to say as well, just look at the fuel situation here, not to implement the old Deeds curse, but Malevolent One is putting a lot less fuel than everyone else.
Ooh. Oh, I don't
know. Again, he might know something we don't, but right now he's looking the worst off fuel wise of those that have pitted.
I think Group 4, this race, the gloves have well and truly come off, and looking at Womble down in the pit lane there at the moment in his in what appears to be one of those hazmat suits that they wear for diving around volcanoes. He'll be thankful he's not in this one tonight.
Definitely, he's quite happy just to be sitting in the corporate box there, just enjoying the action there from Road Atlanta. This is something great to watch. Being on track here, it'll be like going to war. Absolutely, just full of carnage. Oh, it's definitely great to commentate on.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it now. It's fantastic to watch this battle. Keza, he's definitely clawed back some time here on Petey Pops. Keza's not out of this by any stretch of the imagination, but another thing you've got to think about as well in terms of a late stop, you can put less fuel in the car, have much fresher tyres, and absolutely go for broke. So these guys are going to play the long game here.
I think of the two cars there in P1, P2, PD Pops and Keza, I think Keza would be the first to blink if any of them were. But right now, in my opinion, these two boys should get in the box early. Like, let's look at comparison-wise, see what the undercut's doing for the cars behind them. Currently, PD Pop's last lap there was a 22.3 and then 21.7 lap before that. Keza done 21.9 and 21.4. Looking at Malevolent One, which is their closest competition, he did a 50.7. Oh, it must be because he came out of the pits. My apologies. But currently, Malevolent One's purple. He is setting the fast lap of the race here, so that's looking about the mid-20s. He's going to absolutely undercut these boys here.
Do you know what's the big thing right now? The gap between the Rex and Dobrev is dropping. It's dropping quite significantly.
It certainly is. Looking at the last laps there compared for the two drivers, Rex did 21.3 compared to Dobrev's 20.6. That is, what's that, 8/10 of a second, 7/10 of a second there, something like that?
Yeah, and if Dobrev keeps this up, mate, if he wins this race, there is no bounds about it. That's not only drive of the day, that could very well be the drive of the season. As PD Pops has just extended that gap now to Keza. These guys definitely playing the long game at the moment. Rex has closed in by a couple of seconds, but the ever-present threat behind Dobrev, that's, juicy little meatball there. In reality, PD and Keza are racing the Malevolent One at this point. As Malevolent One, just a little bit of oversteer there. Dodge Viper's just not as settled as you'd hope.
Definitely, and I think as well, Malevolent One, although he's got the undercut, his front tyres will definitely still feel the pain. So towards the end of the race, he's going to lose a bit of that turn in with the car. But right now, I think he's made the right call doing the undercut. I think he's going to find plenty of time on the cars in front. He's still going purple. He's still setting quick laps.
Here we go. Keza's come into the pits. So where does Keza come out in all of this? His last lap was flying lap was a 21.9 as Rex goes past. So Keza's already moving. Ooh, this could
Malevolent One's on the main straight. I think Malevolent One's done the jump here.
Yep, Dobrev goes
Undercar's
by.
worth the treat.
Keza's moving.
Keza's not going to get out. He is definitely going to fall behind Malevolent One here. Comfortably. Oh, well and truly.
But the big thing about this for Keza now, he's cut the pit lane.
Oh no, and that's going to throw him straight back to K-Doggy now.
Yep, K-Doggy's going to be licking his chops at this. So a top 5 for K-Doggy, this would be a phenomenal race for him. He's shown, shown that he can definitely hold his own, and this will really be a confidence-boosting drive. If he can nail this top 5, this has probably been his best drive of the season.
God. And after that unfortunate incident going to the pit lane with him and Malevolent One, for to get in the top 5 still is a great result for K-Doggy there.
PD Pop's going around again. Look at that lap time though, a 22.6. Rex has actually lost time somewhere here because that gap was 16 seconds. PD Pops is playing a dangerous game here.
He certainly is. I think unless... Oh no, he can't be doing a no-stop. His fuel will definitely not make it.
But the problem now is he's leaving himself not enough time to actually start thinking about an attack. That's... Oh, I don't know about this. And Malevolent One's gone! He's just set the fastest lap of the race and he's gone on the front straight!
With a 20.0 as well. That is rapid pace. And K-Doggy now, he's going to be catching right up. Looking at his lips like, oh yes, top 4 sounds delightful today, good sir.
Oh my dear goodness gracious me. Can you imagine if K-Doggy actually gets into 4th position? K-Doggy is going to be absolutely chipper and happy as a pig in mud. It's probably the best way to say it.
My lord. And definitely Malevolent One's going to have dirty tyres, so he's going to be a bit slow for the next few corners. Gap is currently 4.4 between himself and K-Doggy. That's going to be dropping for the next few corners without a doubt.
And there will be aero damage on that. You can see the damage on the wing of the Dodge Viper. And Kez has lost a little bit of time out of this. He's P6 at this point. Poor old Dazza.
Yep. Petey's finally blinked. He's finally gone to the pits. He couldn't deny that fuel-wise, but I think he's made a mistake going too long. He's not getting enough benefit for the fresh softs.
And Rex is just gonna waltz on by here. Look at that last lap.
Definitely.
20.8. Yep, he's gonna get him easily. Dobrev could very well get him here. PD Pops is moving. Dobrev goes by.
He's got, but in the level 1, because of that spin, P-Pots will still have P3. I reckon that will still be the case.
Yep, and if you think about it, Petey Pops, if he gets look at that, oh wow, he's put a quarter of a tank of fuel in. That's tight, and he has got past Malevolent One. So that spin, that has just completely devoided Malevolent One out of the podium here. 3.3 seconds behind, and I hate to say it, but looks like Petey Pops might just be able to just absolutely bury the foot here, and that gap will extend.
Yep. The gap, though, in front here between Rex and Debrev is slowly coming down now, sub 4 seconds, but I'm starting it's a little too late here. With only 3 laps to go next time by. I just don't think there's enough in the tank for Debrev here to close that gap for him and Rex.
Correct. I think she might be one hand on the trophy time for the boys at Red Mist Racing. Rex has driven a absolutely fantastic season, and tonight there is a bit of a question mark over what happened with Petey Pops in the first part of the race, but he's looked very, very strong at this point as Rex.
I really someone actually having a lot of camera time to this race is Dazzy, you know, currently P7, 12 seconds behind Kazza. He's still been sticking out, still setting some good time. Best time there on lap 19 was a 20.885, which is a record lap time. Good to see he's still going around, seeing what points he can pick up for the team and for himself. And really, even though there's not too many laps to go, anything's possible. We saw level 1 had a spin there. Anyone on the track can have a spin. He can easily pick up the scraps here.
It's going to be interesting to see who you pick as driver of the day, because really at this point, with everything going on, I think there's only one person for the job at this point, and that might very well be Debrev.
I think definitely there are a few names up there in my opinion. I'd also put Petey Pops in that conversation after the unfortunate incidents he had both in the first part of the race, before the red flag and after the red flag. To still be P3 is a great result.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And Rex, that gap has just started to extend again. 4.2 seconds now.
Yeah, and also you got to take into consideration Rex, who's just been absolutely dominant ever since the red flag happened. He was flying level 1 for the win there for that first part of the race, but just ever since that red flag and the restart happened, he's just been rapid. Nothing has been holding him back. He's on his best lap of the race there at 20.3, which is bloody quick for race pace.
Petey Pops here, P3. Damage limitation at this point for probably the biggest title rival for Rex at this point, and Petey Pops, well, we saw what happened. There will be drama, and there will be a lot of tension between the Red Mist and Doghouse crews at the last round. I'd say this championship's well and truly on. These guys deserve to fight for it. They've been two of the absolute class acts in Division 4.
Yeah, definitely have been. Without doubt, like, even though if the championship does get settled tonight, they're not going to just hold back come next fortnight at Sardinia. They're still going to go hammer and tong out for the win.
Oh, Malevolent One just has a little bit of a moment at the top of the Esses. There may be an invoice for that one. And if there is...
Do you want to talk about invoices though? P-Pot's about to serve one there for an incident at the top of the hill.
Oh, he's just really struggled at the top of the Esses tonight, Petey Pops has.
Definitely. I think as a person who also drives a Afton, that car there, it's a very good car, very stable, but you just find sometimes through the fast-flowing corner, it can get a bit loose on you and just sort of glide across the ground beneath you and just doesn't want to sort of grip to the ground and sort of turn into the corner, which is what's pulling them wide and giving them that half-second penalty. So
K-Doggy and Keza, the gap is starting to close in between the two. It's just dropped under 2.2. K-Doggy's going to have to probably get the elbows out here, as Kez is still making inroads. Kez are on the fresher tyres, of course. And speaking of which, checking in on Petey Pops, he's 10.9 to the good. 6 seconds in front of Malevolent One, though, but it is basically about one man. That gap is starting to really drop, though.
Yep, now down to 3.3. What's happened to Rex here? But I think Debrev may got a bad exit coming this little back straight here, because he is really falling back. He lost about half a second there, that little straight alone.
Yeah, the Mercedes in late races, since we've seen it in the hands of Ricky Bobby especially. It's been a bit of a late race specialist, this car, as I've already got the text from Flat Stick for drive of the day. Try saying that 10 times really quickly. Flat Stick. Oh, God. Anyway, we'll leave it there as we come to the last lap. Rex in front. 3.3 to the good. Debrev's in P2. Petey Pops is in third position at the moment, and he is making hay while the sun shines. Malevolent.
Oh, actually, hang on. Boy, I've just realised Kez is in P5. K-Doggy's made a mistake somewhere.
Oh, he has too, and not a little one. It is 13 seconds behind. Kez are up to P5 at the moment. And he has got a wounded Dodge Viper in front of him, and he's chomping time out of. Look at that gap just then, go from 2.6 to 1.7. This gap
I'm not sure how that's happening. Oh my.
So, K-Doggy must have made a massive mistake in one of the corner exits, but it looks like Kez has got the bit between his teeth for P4. He's definitely making time out of Malevolent One, though. As I say that, the gap goes back up to 2 seconds.
I think it's just because that Dodge Viper, very planty car, likes this sort of flowing section here of Sector 1, but once you get on the straights, Kez will start to catch back up.
Back at the front, though. It has been an absolute war for Rex. He was tested tonight. There is a big asterisk over that contact with Petey Pops in the initial part of the race. But he has definitely put his elbows out and said, I want this title. He's got one hand on it now. And with the drop rounds, you're going to be a very, very hard man to beat. Rex takes the win for Division 4 at Road Atlanta. Dobrev surely gets driver of the day in P2. A fantastic result. Damage limitation at its finest for Petey Pops. He could have been last. The red flag helped him. He has bounced back to take P3. A topsy-turvy race for the Malevolent One. He's P4. Kesso will get P5. K-Doggy, he really did have a strong drive for that mistake. Look at the lap 24, 1 minute 38. It definitely didn't help him. He will cross the line in 6th though. Great result nonetheless. And Dazza with that spin at turn 1. But a massive congratulations goes to Rex. He's going to be hard to beat from here in that Ford Mustang. And there's going to be a lot of words thrown around the pit lane this week. That's for sure.
I can already see the guys in the Division 4 chat typing with their thumbs and fingers Rex to Group 3 or Division 3 next season, no questions asked.
Yep, agreed. I think he's going to be a very, very hard man to beat as well. He's looked at home in that Mustang. It all depends on the way that Red Mist Racing go with their manufacturer choice, which will be very, very interesting indeed. Dobrev in P2, I'm going to say he's my driver of the day, for sure.
God, it's a tough decision, but really, I'll have to give it to Petey Pops. Definitely special mention to Dobrev, but my driver of the day vote have to go to Petey Pops, I reckon. Hate to go against you, Karen, but I just reckon with the race that he's had, Petey Pops has done well to come back to where he is.
And Petey Pops in 3rd. I tell you what, if it's a draw in the driver of the day side of things, do we give it to both or what do we do? That's going to be...
I think both is definitely a fair call, but I'll have a quick look at the chat and see what we've got here. Let's see, we got one for Petey Pots from Chase, one for Dobrev from Carbonboy, one for Petey Pots from Gurr, one for Dobrev from D-Flow. So currently 2 apiece.
I call bias on D-Flow there.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. VF they're doing a Dobrev vote. And then we got 3 for Petey Pops from Stranger, Dadson, and Petey Pops himself. Unbelievably. Well, it's doing the old Womble technique, voting for himself.
So, this championship, it's going to be, very, very hard to beat. As we go back to the last round of the season at Sardinia A, it is a difficult track to race at. And Womble's just chimed in saying, we're going for Fiats next season, Rex driver of the day. Killer on the Loose has said, well done Rex, great race, awesome job on all podium guys. Agreed. That Division 4 race had absolutely every single thing thrown at it, and it was just a belter of a race. As we see celebrations there for Rex, he's definitely going to be a hard man to beat. So I'm staggered by that race. Carbonboy, are you there?
I am. Speaking of a belter, things are quite feisty down in the pit lane during that race. In the interests of being able to enjoy certain teams' hospitality in the future, I'm not naming names, but words weren't the only thing being thrown around down there during that race. There was a few spanners, a couple of rattle guns.
Yeah, I saw a cupcake.
Yeah, I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that may have been me just joining in the fun.
It had an Ascension Racing logo on it. Let's leave it at that. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just take a quick 5-minute break. Strap yourselves in, get a drink, take a pee, do what you need to do as we get ready for Division 2. And this is a group that is, make no bones about it, extremely close. So take a break. We'll be back in 5 seconds, guys. Or should I say 5 minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and after a massive Division 4 round, that was just everything, including apparently Ascension Racing celebratory cupcakes being thrown all over the pit lane, so we'll gloss over that down the track, but for now, let's get into the Division 2 side of things, and to join me tonight in this event, we've got the luscious, smooth, dulcet tones of one Carbonboy 84, aka Luke. Are you there, Luke?
Good evening, Karen, and good evening also to all the people at home and wherever you may be watching the stream tonight. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, and I think we've had a great turnout tonight. The banter's especially been fantastic in the chat. So, guys in chat, you guys have been amazing. We are fantastically honoured to have you guys involved, and we hope you get yourselves strapped in, ready to go for Division 2. So, we'll just take a quick look at this here, and this is how it stands before the drop round tonight. As young Wakey, who's been an absolute star in this division, he's leading by 11 points over Evil Evo for Doghouse, who's got a point to prove. Stickers up in P3, who's really shown a turn of speed as of late. Old Wakey in P4, he's been solid as ever, very consistent. Lenocious has just dropped down the field a little bit. He was P2 at one stage, fighting for the championships, gone down to P5. Race fans actually started to climb back up a little bit. This CP Motorsports resurgence late on in the season. Bumcrack in 7th, he's also started to find some speed. Freelix in P8, who's been boxed around, has now got the elbows out and does not mess about. Pat Star in P9 there for Doghouse as well. Cruisin', who's in the 10 at the moment, he's just... I'm probably wanting to see the back of the season, if I'm honest. Black Project there in P11 for Blacklight, who's missed a couple of rounds because of the spicy cough. D-Flow there in P12, who's, I'm going to leave the banter to D-Flow because, well, Yep. Anyway, G-Shoe's gone up into Group A. Of course, that one and only race he did, he won. And Lucky, who stepped back from Group A to Group B to fill the void of G-Sh down in P14. But it's looking like a very strong championship at this point. Carbonboy, who's setting the times alight at this point of the race?
Oh, noticeably absent tonight. Two of the drivers you just mentioned later on in that list was D-Flow and Lucky, who are not in the pit lane tonight for reasons unknown to me. Possibly other commitments have come into play. But so far in the practice session, young Wacky is looking very, very quick as always. Not far off his heels is Evil Evo and the other name that is escaping me right now, Stickers from Datsun Racing. And much to my delight, not that far behind them is Black Project on his return run. So it doesn't seem like he's lost too much of his pace while he's been out of it with the spicy cough.
Well, just looking at the qualifying so far, young Wakey, wow.
A 1:18.8 first flyer. All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, I've seen enough next season. Let's leave. That is a statement piece right there. 0.8 of a second clear of the old man, old Wakey. And can someone in chat please remind me what Andrew did for his flying laps? Because that 18 is just, that's disgusting. There's old Wakey in P2 there, also for Locked Up Motorsports. That was, wow, I'm still in awe over that lap. As Evil Evo, currently P3 at the moment. Freelix for Ascension Racing, he's got a penalty at the moment. Bullet holes a bit significant for this season, I'd say, on that beautiful Aston Martin, of course, being banged up and shot about. But as looks like Pat Starr's gone a little bit wide there. Bumcrack currently 5th at the moment. That's a fantastic qualifying result, as he had to get out of the way.
I'd braced myself for a low 19 first flyer, but dip into and he goes quicker again.
An 18.833. That is just, yeah. I don't want to be here anymore. Can I just... As Lenosius goes to P2 with a 19.2. That's quick. And Lenosius needs a strong finish home here at this point. As Race Fan goes to P3. Continuing this little CP resurgence. It looks like the cars are starting to just come back up the field a little bit. Stickers at P5 at this point, and Stickers has been the man on form the last 2 or 3 rounds. We're just waiting to see if he's going to wind that big Aston Martin V12 Vantage up.
Old Wakey down in P7 has picked himself up a 1 second penalty through the first sector, so that's gone and cooked this lap for him.
Here's that,
which is a bit of a shame because he was looking pretty quick.
Here's that bloody rotary. P6 at the moment for Blacklight Motorsports in that absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Blacklight Racing Aston. Someone give me a box of tissues, please. And we got as well. Pat Starr, that's the man we're focusing on, who just ran a little bit wide on the exit of turn 9 there. Pat Starr coming back, of course. I think he had last week off, but at this point, young Wakey, he's going to be hard to beat. Looking at Lenosius, though, as he comes across the line now, he's got a bit of a slipstream. Looks like that's old Wakey straight in front of him. Not too sure at this point.
Stickers moves up into P2 with a 1:19.1.
Great lap. So he's sort of affirming this. Oh, and Freelix sets a really, really nice lap there too. And Pat Starr is back, going up to P6. Keeping an eye on the guys tonight to watch. I dare say, even though young Wakey is the guy to beat at this point with those laps, Race Fan's definitely been the one that's had the biggest resurgence of all in the field. He's looked very, very solid the last 2. Yeah, this little bit of a resurgence with Hellraiser in Division 1. CP just starting to bounce back a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see what they're actually capable of in the Season 7. See if they can get back to the CP of old, of course. Evil Evo needs to find half a second at this point. He's only found 600ths. It's not going to be enough, but it is early days in qualifying at this point. So, do you reckon, Carbonboy, that these guys are going to have the same issues as Division 4? Are we going to lose the Starling system, or?
I'm going to go with I'm refusing to talk about it and acknowledge it, therefore hopefully it won't happen. Hopefully the backup generators will kick in this time and be able to keep us going in the event of a power loss. But so far everything's looking fairly stable. Touch wood,
These guys all
rub the
starting.
rabbit's foot, etc, etc.
Good lap from Bumcrack there, 19.6. And he's a guy early on in the season that's just really struggled in terms of tuning. But, oh, look at this. He's got to navigate. Oh, he had to navigate around Padstow. He's going to get checked up a little bit by old Wakey. Oh, this might have to be an in-lap for the Bumcrack at the moment. But just as we were about to say, he's struggled a little bit in this early season. But as the season's progressed, it looks like he's started to get used to the Corvette. And not only that, the pace of this group. He's been in Division 3 for a couple of seasons at the forefront, but now really starting to hone in on some strong results here. As Lenocious has a 3
I actually had the pleasure of being in a practice lobby with him earlier on today. And admittedly, while he doesn't have the outright pace of young Wakey, he is very bloody consistent.
So Lenocious kindly getting out of the way with the forced penalty of the two locked up motorsports guys. And the locked up crew are doing a strong job this season. They should be very, very proud of their first season. Wait and see what happens in terms of their second season, of course. Stick on board with young Wakey here, though. Been so quick in this Aston Martin coming through the start of the Esses. Look at how much curb he takes through the exit, and he's just absolutely foot to the floor there. This Aston's looking extremely comfortable under his hands. And he's purple first sector. This is going to be huge. This gap could extend as he comes into turn 7. Brakes nice and early for turn 8. Can he get the very nice tight exit? He does. Little bit of a wheel spin on the apex. It's looking like a very strong lap this, and this could be a warning shot for the championship for everybody involved this season. Is he going to be purple? He's still purple. 600's clear. Turn 10 approaching. Breaks it nice and easy. Swings it into turn 11. Uses a little bit more of the apex. Car looks planted as he goes over the top of the Fox Factory Hill. Takes a lot of curb, nice and easy. Goes faster again, a 1:18.750. Take that, he says to the rest of the field. What can Stickers do? He's got to find 0.4 of a second. That is a massive gap to find time. If he can catch Freelix, he might be able to get a toe. But... And a 19.0 for Race Fan goes P2.
Oh, if you don't mind, he says.
That's young Wakey, 3/10 down at the moment. Stickers goes...
Stickers improves.
Oh, but look at the gap, 0.006 of a second. There's nothing in that. 10th behind is Lenocious at this point, and Lenocious sideways out to the top of the S's. He would have lost a bucket load of time. That was awesome to watch, though. One man that's really not having a stronger qualifying than I expected. Evil Evo, at this point, the closest man to the challenger of Wakey in terms of the championship here. 11 points behind. He needs a big result tonight. And he's found a lot of time. Nearly half a second of time.
Two surprises for me of drivers who aren't further up the order in this qualifying are Freelix and Old Wakey in P9 and P10 respectively. But having said that, the difference between those two is 0.007 of a second.
Oh.
There's 0.008 of a second up to Black Project, and then there's 0.14 to Patstar, 0.07 to Bumcrack, and then the gap starts getting a little bit bigger to Lenosis at 0.4. So the bottom half of this grid is incredibly tight.
Just keeping an eye on Evil Evo there as he finished his lap. Went to P2. 2 tenths behind Young Wakey. This is an astonishing qualifying session at this point. Can't be that much longer left though. These guys leaving it late that are pitting now. They're probably going to have one more flyer. As Pat Star sets a 1 minute 19.4. Goes to 6. Great lap. You are right about that gap between Freelix, Old Wakey and Black Project. There's nothing in that. Freelix is going quicker at this point. 10th and a half clear. This is a strong qualifying session at this point. Less than a second covering the entire field. That tells you exactly how close these guys truly are at this point.
And I've just had a sudden realization that there is another absent driver tonight. That is Cruisin'.
Very, very true. And Cruisin' was in the chat about 20 minutes before the race starts. So I wonder what's going on there.
Don't tell me there's been a Mechanica failure down in the...
RCW Lounge again. As
oh, no.
Evo's front end just bottomed out of the turn 2 corner there. That Aston Martin just doesn't look like a Stickers goes quicker again. Look at that, a 1:18.7. Freelix goes to P3 with a 1:18.8. And that's immediately bettered by Old Wakey.
He has found some form.
Immediately, Freelix went from second to third to fourth. Old Wakey jumped to third, and Stickers went quicker again. Evil Evo's got to find something now. He's just dropped to P5 at the drop of a hat.
Well, Old Wakey's picked up half a second penalty through that first chicane.
On board now,
Let's
the
go on and
doghouse.
cook the lap.
Oh, what can he find? He's up,
Stickers also has a half second penalty.
Oh, so that could be Stickers done.
He might get around for one more lap, I think.
Evil
one
Evo.
more chance to...
He might have this, you know, he might go quicker. He's sideways out of turn 11. No, 3 tenths down. Let's keep our eyes on Young Wakey here. That 18.7 might not be enough at this point if the tyres can last. He's definitely had a bit of an incident. He's done a 42.7 last lap.
Stickers has also had a bit of a mare with a 1:23.
Yep, and it looks like Old Wakey's...
Oh, that was his penalty. That was the penalties coming into effect for those two.
Oh, Race Fan goes to a 1:18.8 and Blanocious follows close behind. Evil Evo's in real trouble here. He's got a 1 second penalty. He's down in P7 at this point. Pat Stark could very well find half a second here. This field is incredibly tight. Keep our eyes on Black Project here. He's just not found enough time. So Scotty's just asked, what class cars are these? So for Season 6, we're using the Division 4 front-engined rear-wheel drive cars. My pronunciation is terrible as Wakey goes to purple in the second sector. We are changing it up for Season 7 though. But at this point, Young Wakey's gone sideways out of turn 11. He was purple too. He was going even quicker. Could this gifted opportunity for pole to Stickers? The man from Dadson Racing is going to need something big. Oh, he just misses out a 19.0. Can Old Wakey find... He goes P2! Oh, Wakey! What a lap. Race Fan said a 1:18.8 last lap. Can he improve? No, he can't. He's had a mare. Freelix has also had a nightmare. Lenocious is well and truly done and dusted. Patstar goes to 8th with a 1:19.9. And it looks like these guys may very well be done. Keep your eyes on Black Project here. He's definitely not going to improve, so just see who that is just down the background there. Yep, that's Freelix, so he's done. So it looks like the pole position has been decided. Young Wakey will take the chocolates. He was even faster until that mistake into turn 11. That was a phenomenal lap early on, and he set the standard early. Old Wakey takes P2. Rear gunner at this point. He's not going to make life easy for anyone chasing young Wakey out of this championship. Whew. How do you dissect that one? That's just an insanely good qualifying session.
Wow.
Oh, wow. And, yeah, this is going to be a spicy little meatball. So, guys in chat, fire your picks in. This is going to be an insane race. The grid is mixed up, stacked to oblivion.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an exciting 50 minutes.
Oh, boy, but young Wakey, it is advantage young Wakey at this point. He could very well extend the gap significantly. Unless something big happens. In that case, then he's in real trouble. This guy's just starting to roll down the hill now. So these guys are now underway. And young Wakey making a very, very strong start. Old Wakey just sort of deciding to have a bit of a look there. These guys, they're just going to be playing for keeps early on as Felix just a little bit boxed up there. He just crossed up into turn 2. And now they have a look at this big angry pack behind. Going up to the Esses for the first time. Is anyone going to get wide and get a penalty?
Oh,
Pat Starr's got one. Oh, there's contact! That is huge! That is drama!
He has just missed Bumcrack's rear bump by a hair.
He missed Black Project by the skin of his teeth too. That was phenomenally close.
Oh, Pat Starr just ran wide into that left-hander. Got a little airborne off the dirt and back onto the tarmac, and he was just a passenger from that point, unfortunately.
If I'm Black Project, I'm needing a new pair of jocks after that one. That was just so close.
I was riding on board with Bumcrack, and I think I need a new pair of underwear.
Oh, who's that back down to the field? Evil Evo's gotten past Lenocious. So the operation of recovery now starting to work for Evil Evo. Back up the front now, and young Wakey is 1.3 to the good. Wakey's starting to clear out. And old Wakey, he can play rear gunner here. This is for a championship. Stickers will fight tooth and nail. And look at Race Fan P4 at this point. These Astons really starting to flex their muscle here. This track really suits them. I still can't get over it. One lap ago, how Black Project and Bumcrack barely missed that. That could have been, that was just insanely close. And Pat Starr, 10.11 seconds now. He's got a lot of work to do, but it is still a long, long way to go. So he's not out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
He's had another moment because he was not that far off the back of Black Project even after his incident. So somewhere between the final chicane, I'm going to have a guess that he's had a bit of a nightmare moment at turn 1.
Evil Evo goes up the inside of Felix here. Gets it done as well. Very, very clean move that was. And just looking at
Felix wants to have a conversation about this one.
Oh, he does too. That Ascension Racing Aston though is looking fantastic, and he's definitely got the elbows out as you can hear the understeer. Front tyres torturing from Evil Evo, and Lenocious is starting to keep up with these guys now too.
Both Evil Evo and Felix were having a bit of a tandem drift through turn 1 there.
Oh, geez. This spicy little meatball, ladies and gentlemen. This Group B always never fails to deliver. Felix uses a lot of the inside part of the apex there, and he could be...
Is that coming with an invoice?
There it is.
It does.
And Lenocious is going to be hanging in. So, got someone in the chat. Troy Brown has said, "What game is this?" Well, V8, hope you're well, buddy. That's not going to fly. Anyway, wow. What a first few opening laps there. Look at the gap. Young Wakey is starting to stretch the legs a little bit. These guys still on the main straight. Lenocious goes up the inside of Felix now. Felix could lose out to Mr. Bumcrack as well.
He does. Bumcrack gets it done.
Great move. Oh, and Felix might get another invoice there. Oh, and he done it again too. Take it both the inside curves.
Oh, no.
Oh, can he hold it?
He does. He does.
And that might
But
have
that's
just...
brought...
Nope, there's the
And he's got a
invoice.
penalty.
That'll be for the
And
cuts.
it's brought Black Project back into it as well.
That'll be for the cut at turn 10A and turn 11. And I think it could have been a lot worse if he didn't actually have that slide off in the corner. Gee whiz. Just...
Race fan's not letting Stickers go either. He's still 8/10 behind, hanging in there.
Yeah, just keeping eyes on Evil Evo, who has a big slide out of the Esses. Evil Evo starting to really catch these guys at the moment. It's 4.3 seconds between himself and Young Wakey, and I feel like Evil Evo's just starting to just flex a little bit muscly. He's definitely in damage control at this point. And, with the drop round, the drop zone starting to take effect after this race. Oh boy, you don't want to be part of that. So, after this round is run and done, the drop zone, the drivers will drop their worst results. One worst round will be taken out. We will get a true indication of where the drivers are at. The drop zone was designed to help guys who missed a race actually still keep in touch with the championship, of course. Some of these guys got real life commitments as well as their online racing. Old Wakey hasn't really lost touch of Young Wakey at this point. The gap is 2.5 seconds, but 5 laps in, that's not really too much to worry about at this point. The only worry at the moment is the Corvette itself. Can it use less fuel than the others around it? That's going to be the tricky bit. He's got a very big angry pack behind him.
Yeah, if I was Old Wakey, I'd be watching the rear vision mirrors very, very carefully, because you've got the likes of Stickers, Race Fan, Evil Evo, Lenosis. You put 1 foot wrong in this race and you've lost 3 positions in the blink of an eye.
Yep, and contrary to popular belief, Stickers won't be sandbagging at this point either. He will be throwing the kitchen sink in this race.
But just the power of that Corvette down the back straight, Stickers is in the slipstream and Old Wakey is still pulling time on him.
And that's the beauty of the Corvette. While it doesn't really go for fuel consumption, it has power up to the absolute wazoo, and that's the most important thing about that car. It is literally an absolute bullet in a straight line, and it's actually quite nifty in the corners. It is quite a good car to drive.
Old Wakey's certainly making it work for him.
He is, and he's been consistent all season long. I don't think he's had one result out of the top 5. Guys in chat, you might need to clarify me a little bit. Stickers front's just a little bit wide. Top of the Esses. This is a fantastic run down though. Then you go back uphill to this to the end of the Esses here, and you don't want to take.
Oh, Lenosis is gone.
Oh no, he is too.
I was riding on board Race Fan and had a look behind me. I just saw a Mercedes-Benz shoot off the corner. That's not what I want to see. Being a teammate of mine and all, I do not want to see that at all.
And it's just been unraveling for Lenosis. Like, he started the season off with so much promise, and just since then, it's just really unwound for him. That's really affected his championship as well at this point. He's going to have a couple of guys really sniffing. And speaking of sniffing at the moment, Evil Evo's having a big look at Race Fan here. On board
I
the
was just
doghouse
watching that down the back straight. He just shown the nose and backed out of it, just letting Race Fan know he's there.
Well, the big thing about Evil Evo at this point, we saw about 3 laps ago, the gap between himself and Young Wakey was 4.4. It's now 4.6. As we look on board with Stickers, who's all over the rear end of Old Wakey here. And that Corvette is really doing a fantastic job of playing the rear gunner for Young Wakey at this point. Old Wakey's not fighting for a title. Young Wakey is well and truly the favourite at this point. Although Evil Evo and Stickers definitely want to have something to say about that.
Stickers is closed right up to the back of Old Wakey here. If he can get a good exit out of these 2 right-handers onto the back straight, might be in with a chance to outbrake the Corvette at the end.
Yeah, he wants to get a good exit out of turn 9, and I think he might have, but the problem with the power of the Corvette. But is Stickers close enough in terms of the slipstream?
The time is coming down.
He's not really gaining as much. Sticker's going to have a look up down the inside of turn 10 here. Clean as you like, gets it done.
Beautiful under brakes. Well done.
See if I can get that on a replay. He does have the skills to pay the bills, gets it on the replay. Sticker's just customary up the inside, easy as you like. Places the car nicely.
Bit of Morse code on the rear bumper of the Datsun car there from Old Wakey coming through the final turn down the hill.
And Old Wakey in
Nothing malicious, just a little bit of a hello mate, still here, not going anywhere.
And Old Wakey is the Corvette in an Aston Martin sandwich at this point. Stickers could very well clear out, and that's what Race Fan and Evil Evo cannot afford at this point of the race. Tell you what, give props to Bumcrack at this point. P6, definitely having the best showing of his season at this point. He's doing a very, very good drive.
Now Race Fan's right on the back end of Old Wakey going onto the back straight. Is he going to be able to put a move on him?
On board the CP Motorsports Aston Martin and that Corvette. Look at that. He's just starting to claw time out, Race Fan. Is he going to make a move up Old Wakey? Old Wakey could get the elbows out. Race Fan's he's got the nose up. He's going to send it in the inside. He's got it done. Yes, he has. That was a fantastic move.
Oh, Evil Evo. Old Wakey a little bit. Evil Evo's nowhere to go. Just a little bit of a tap on the back of Old Wakey coming out of the chicane. No ill intent, just nowhere.
That was a strong move. That was as clean as you like. And contrary to Group 4, where we saw a lot of elbows out, nose to the grindstone sort of racing, these guys keeping it very clean with their moves. And it looks like the Corvette of Old Wakey's starting to suffer. But if you're Evil Evo now, you've got to get in and get it done, because you don't want Stickers clearing out ahead. Especially when Stickers is very, very close in the championship stakes. You don't want him really starting to make hay while the sun shines in terms of the title fight. It's keeping down on this battle at the moment with Freelix, Black Project, and Lenocious. Black Project's got Lenocious all over his rear at the moment. On board the Black White Motorsport Aston Martin. Lenocious is well and truly in the tow. The Aston Martin's been a fantastic package all season. Mercedes struggles on power, and Lenocious, he's going to have a look on the outside. Surely not. He has done it. He's done it around the outside on the braking entry. What a move that was. 3 laps in a row, we've seen fantastic moves. Gets it done around the outside. Have a look at how deep the brakes were. Absolutely centered. A great move. Meanwhile, this battle for the top 5 at the moment. Evil Evo still hasn't managed to get past Old Wakey. Stickers has cleared out. Oh, jeez Louise. Like we were saying before with Evil Evo, he does not want Stickers to clear out ahead. There is a 5-point gap between himself and Stickers. Pending the drop zone, of course. And Evil Evo, is he going to have a big look as well? Is this going to be 4 laps in a row? We're going to see turn 10 have a very big move. And look at him, he's right under the wing of the locked up Motorsport Corvette. Oh, Wakey is just getting sick of this at this point.
Deja vu all over again.
He's a bit more defensive, Old Wakey. He just doesn't have the braking capacity to match the might of the Aston Martin. And he too gets it done. So
I do feel a little bit sorry for Old Wakey. Three times he's had an Aston Martin go past him in the same part of the track. That's got to get a little bit tiring and frustrating.
And the big thing about that is the Corvette just does not have the braking capacity of the Aston Martin. We saw in the Supercars days of old, the Aston Martin, it had milk bottle tops for brakes, and it just really never felt comfortable using it. It did win a couple of championships in the hands of Slight and Scotty Reed, of course. And
Race Fan and Evil Evo both gone a little wide. through the first sector. Oh, they both get away with it. Neither of them get an invoice.
On board the CP Motorsports Aston Martin. Race fans' resurgence continues, but they are losing time to stickers at this point.
Alrighty, we're 15 minutes in, so it's about time for my fuel and tyre update, I think.
I think you might be correct, actually. The racing's been so exciting, we haven't been able to give it to anybody. Anyway, we'll start with old Wakey.
We'll start with young Wakey.
Young,
being in pop. Wow. He's old, depending on your perspective, I guess. Young Wacky up front. He is in true form. His front tyres not particularly happy now, with that front left being about 25% worn, nearing on 30%. And the rear tyres are probably around 15%. He is down
someone's gone! Someone's gone! Race fan's gone! What's happened there?
He is gone off at turn 1.
He has had a... or could there have been contact with him and Evil Evo? Oh, that could be drama. I don't think there's contact. The times don't show it.
He's got damage to the rear left wheel and the rear aero.
Oh, that could be from sliding it in as well.
That, without knowing the full details, without having seen it, to me that seems like he's gone a little bit wide onto the grass and just tagged the wall.
And that's putting 4 seconds down as well.
I've done that a few times myself, so
I dare
my
say
sympathies.
You might be right. There's damage on that whole left side, so I think he's just done that on his own. Strangers just checked in, said no contact with Evil, so... Oh boy, it looks like race fans just had a bit of a mistake there. That's not gone well, but we'll cross back into
back to the fuel and tyre upside. Young Wacky is down to he wouldn't be far above 40% fuel left in the tank. Stickers back in B2 has slightly healthier front tyres, a couple of percentage in it maybe, and he's actually a little bit lower on fuel than young Wakey, so he's really revving the guts out of it. But having said that, that gap that was 3.5 seconds not that long ago is now down to less than 3, so who knows? He might know better than us, not caring about the fuel consumption. He may have his strategy all ready to go. And I've been proven wrong about many a thing here in the comms box before, so that would not surprise me in the slightest. Down in P3, Evil Evo, it's probably got about 30% wear on those front tyres, and the rear's probably 25%. And he's sitting on, near as makes no difference, 40% fuel in the tank. Old Wakey is pretty much even on tyre wear. Fuel consumption, he is probably down to about 30% left in the tank at this point. P5, Mr. Bumcrack, is again near on identical for tyre wear, about 30% front, 25% rear, and he is bang on quarter of a tank. Lenosis also bang on a quarter tank, but that front left tyre is really hating life right now, being 40 to 45% worn, and the rear tyres probably be about 30%. Freelix in P7 is, well, his tyres aren't exactly happy with him either, with that front left being probably more than 50% worn. The front right near on 50, rear tyres about 30% worn. The good news for him though is would probably be just over 30% fuel left in the tank. Black Project is having a fairly stable run. Front left tyres just under 50% worn, a little bit better on the front right. Rear tyres about 25-30% and about 30-35% fuel left in the tank. Padstar is doing amazingly well for tyre wear. He has maybe about 30% wear on the fronts, 25% on the rears, and has just clicked onto quarter of a tank left. And poor race fan down in P10, while he's got about between 25 and 30% fuel left in the tank. The front tyres, front left's probably about 50%, about 30% on the front right, and same again on the rears.
I feel sorry for Race Fan at this point because I think I might have put the mods on him in terms of how he was doing, because we kept a very sharp eye on him. But back up the front now, and it looks like Stickers is just down a little bit of time. That being said,
Stickers has taken another half a second out of Young Wacky.
That being said, it's just extended that little bit. Just as we went on board, it was 2.4. It's now 2.7. So Young Wakey's just starting to look a bit comfortable there. The time's definitely well and truly down. But
Old Wakey's not letting Evil Evo go either. There's only half a second between the two of them.
That's just incredible to see how Old Wakey's been able to stick around with that Corvette. But the fuel situation's just the key here, and 6 seconds behind his Bumcracker's doing a fantastic job. He really is. P5 at this point, there's nothing to sneeze at. He's in very verified company, and to come into this series for the first time and then start producing results like this, that is epic stuff. So Bumcrack should be pretty happy with it at this point, but knowing the kind of racer he is, of course, he's not going to be too happy until he wins.
The two drivers on track that have the lowest fuel, one is not surprising, being Old Wakey in the Corvette. He's probably just under 20% left in the tank at this point. The big surprise, for some maybe, is Lenosis in P6 in the Mercedes, who's probably down to about 15, bit under 15% left in the tank as he picks up a half-second penalty. So he, after he's a little off, he's probably just decided, bugger this, I'm just going to drop qualifiers.
This battle for P7 at the moment is really starting to close up. It's getting juicy. We've got Black Project, P8 at the moment. He's only a second behind Frelix. And Ozpat Star's tyre life is definitely starting to play its part. That gap well and truly closed over the last lap or so. We'll see if we can go back up, and Old Wakey, still less than a second behind Evil Evo at this point. And that gap between...
I would not want to be Frelix front tyres right now. They are getting beaten around left, right and centre.
Is it like UFC style beaten up, or is it like WWE style beaten up, that front tyre?
I'm thinking it's UFC. It's real.
Yeah, no, he could be in a world of hurt. That being said, Pat Star has got past Black Project.
Oh, Black Project's gone off.
He's just gone a little bit wide. That will help Race Fair. We'll see if we can get that on our replay. Won't be too happy about that, but it's just been passed by Pat Star as well, so might have just lost a little bit of focus there. Just a little bit of understeer is just going to send him a little bit wide.
Oh, Lenosis is on the fuel light here, coming onto the back straight.
That's dangerous. That's very dangerous.
With 22 and a half minutes gone.
That's very dangerous. He's using a lot of fuel.
I do think he might try to go for one more lap.
That's risking it. Evil Evo at the moment is starting to just take a little bit of time out of Stickers.
No, he's coming in. He's coming in. So is Mr. Bumcrack ahead of him, P5.
So we'll get a fuel difference here. Look at that, they're coming in on the smell of an oily rag. So that's danger signs, because these guys will probably be looking at about 37 laps for race time.
Stickers is also on the light. Could probably do one more lap if he really wanted to.
Well, we saw a few of the guys go to lap 19, the end of lap 19 and pit on the Division 1 side, and a couple of them that did pit had actually quite a bit more fuel than we expected, which is interesting to say.
Old Wakey's also on the light. Young Wacky could probably do easily another 2 laps if he wants to.
Has he got more fuel than Stickers at this point is the real question.
He does. Oh, Stickers was on the fuel light half a lap ago. Young Wacky's just hit the fuel light now.
So this is going to be a very, very interesting conclusion with Bumcrack pitting. He's less than a second in front of Lenocious now.
Young Wacky's coming in.
Comes
Stickers
out
goes
here.
around again.
Oh, there you see it. Oh, a little bit of gamesmanship here. One lap fresher tyres might prove the difference later on in this race. So, guys in chat, what are we thinking at this point? We are halfway through. Felix goes around again. Who's got the upper hand at the moment? Who's looking to be the driver of the day? And is Obsession Motorsport shouting all the beers for the rest of the season? I think so.
Last time I checked, it was still the D's Racing credit card at the bar.
I'll tell you what, Stickers, oh, has he played a bit of a dicey role here, going one lap longer? Or is he looking to, as Leno... Oh, now we're on a spicy little meatball here, as Lenocious is all over the back of the bum crack. And these are the two first of the pit stops. Where does old Wakey come out in all this? As Lenocious has massive amount of oversteer. So old Wakey, 8 seconds clear of these guys. So Bumcrack's made up a tiny bit of time on old Wakey. But it's also brought Lenocious into this game, who's looking very feisty.
Stickers coming into the pits now. 1% fuel left.
And look at that, there is absolutely nothing in between these two. Bumcrack and Lenocious. Bumcrack looking for his best result of the season. Lenocious trying to recover up. Oh, he looked at the braking. You can see the aggressiveness of that SLS AMG Mercedes for Obsession.
Felix just missing the pit lane blend line on entry. There wasn't much in it, but I think he'll get away with that.
These two are going to have a drag race down to turn 10 now. Lenocious versus Bumcrack, locked up versus Obsession.
Stickers is on the move, coming out of the pits now.
Oh, look at the crisscross going for Lenocious.
There goes Wacky. He's gone.
Long gone.
Just gone through the first chicane now. And Evil Evo goes past Stickers.
Oh, so that's changed everything up. But this is... Oh, no, Lenocious has had the glitch. Oh, no. See if we can get that on our replay, but he's been hampered all season by this GT7 glitch. It just sent him back. It was right behind him too. And Lenocious now has got to do it all over again, but back up towards the front. Young Wakey's clear by 6.3 seconds. Evil Evo has leapfrogged Stickers at this point. And old Wakey's been able to make up a little bit of time on these guys. Gee whiz, but Bumcrack's now got a half-second penalty. He's gone over on top of the Esses and cut the Esses as Lenocious got a penalty as well. No! So this is going to be advantage Lenocious at this point. This is where the battle of the race is at the moment, although there is a big roaring behind. Just see if Lenocious can get past. He does, easily. So Bumcrack will settle behind, but look at this between Freely's, Pat Star, Black Project, and Race Fans being able to make up a little bit more time. This is the battle for P7 at this point. Just keep up with the battle of the podium at this moment. Evil Evo v Stickers. Evil Evo set his fastest lap at the race last lap with a 19.5. Stickers is just starting to sit behind. He's gone one lap longer.
Evil Evo goes nearly 2/10 up on his personal fastest time through the first sector.
And Stickers is up on his fastest lap at the moment too. He's barely up though. That's Racing really got those Aston Martins sorted this season, and with Kiwi Raikkonen being the only one in that team not running an Aston Martin. A lot of the guys in the field, of course, did choose to run the Astons. Arguably the best car of the season so far. Oh, Freelix runs a little bit wide. Pat Star could be having a look. We'll jump on board with the Doghouse Aston, and look at the drive he's got. Easily going past. Although Freelix might get the elbows out. Is he going to have a look? No, pulls him behind. So Great move by Pat Starr on the back straight there. Lenosius has gone past Bumcrack again, but it looks like Evil Evo and Stickers is just starting to brew a little bit. They're not making any inroads into Young Wakey at this point. 6.3 seconds clear is our championship leader. Look at the oversteer just through the Esses there by Evil Evo. He's absolutely pushing right now. It's going to
may not play a part just yet, but both Evil Evo and Stickers have a slight fuel advantage over Young Wacky.
Yeah, but we've seen so far this season, Young Wakey, in terms of his strategy, has been bang on for quite a while. It just depends at this point what he does. He's got time on his side. He's able to really save fuel and tyres. But Lenosius has definitely gone past Bumcrack there, and the gap is starting to extend. It's 12 seconds to Old Wakey though, so he's got to find something to really get into that top 4. This race fan's starting to just claw back a little bit of time. He's 3.4 down now. That gap was 4 seconds.
Both Evil Evo and Stickers setting their personal fastest laps on the last lap there, with Evil Evo doing a 1:19.5 to Stickers 1:19.4.
And Young Wakey also did a 1:19.4 last lap as well, so the pace is really hot right now. 7.2 between Evil Evo and Stickers and Young Wakey. These three are your championship protagonists. It's tied at the top, that's for sure. And Old Wakey in P4 at the moment, he's just been the silent achiever all season long. He'll be looking forward to getting into next season with the selection of manufacturers, and not only that, going back to the old balancer performance rules, we saw in the one makes that he was able to actually fight in the Group A in Division 1, which was huge, especially for his confidence. Pat Star's well and truly cleared Freelix now, so that gap has definitely started to extend. Black Project's got Race Fan behind him, but that gap's also dropping as well, so you might see a little battle towards the back of the pack, but at this stage, the battle is well and truly between Stickers and Evil Evo, who are trading fastest laps with each other. Look at the pace from Stickers, a 1:19.3 last lap. That's huge.
Versus a 1:19.4 from Evil Evo. And of course, Young Wakey has his personal best, also happens to be the fastest lap of the race at the moment with a 1:19.167, which frankly is just too fast.
Yeah.
Slow it down, boys.
He's going to be a factor for Division 1. I've said this a few times this season, but Young Wakey over the last 2 or 3 seasons has just really improved, and this is last season he really came on strong, but this one he's really making it work, and if he goes into Division 1 with some silverware, that's going to be massive. He's got his old man to thank as well, because Old Wakey, the epitome of consistency at this point. This little battle between the outskirts of the top 5 at the moment starting to close up a little bit between the likes of Lenosius all the way down to Race Fan. They're within earshot of each other. They are well far behind, of course, the top 4. It's just that
Both Pat Star and Freelix have a fairly noticeable fuel advantage over Bumcrack, so that may come into play a little bit further down the track in this race.
And the big thing about the black light Aston Martin just behind him as well, he's well and truly behind Freelix at this point, 0.6 of a second. So if Bumcrack has a bit of a moment, it's not like he's going to be able to just say, all right, I've lost position and coast at home. Because Freelix just a little bit of unsettling into turn 1 there.
And not forgetting Race Fan back in P10, to his credit, he's managed to bring the gap back to Black Project to under 2.5 seconds.
I have a feeling he would have been P4 in the race at this point had he not had that horrible mistake in turn 1. The fastest laps he set on lap 23 was a 1:19.5, but just compared to the likes of Stickers and Evil Evo, he's just not had that pace. As we tune back into the battle for second position, and it's definitely starting to close a little bit. These two are setting a very hot pace at this point.
Well, Black Project might have a look at Freelix down on the back straight here. He's within 3/10.
It's definitely closing in. We're on board with the Ascension Racing Aston Martin.
I don't think he's going to be close enough. That would be a very brave move to send it down the inside there.
The line from Black Project there, absolutely beautiful, whereas Freelix has gone wide at the exit of turn 11. And Black Project all over the rear.
Oh, I was getting deja vu of the Stranger overtaking me on the inside coming down the hill there.
This battle is a spicy little meatball at this point. It's a great race.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! GT7 has done GT7 things. So once again we've been hit. Oh dear, oh dear. And that's GT7 really playing havoc. Oh no.
My apologies, I had to mute my mic for a few seconds there. A lot of the things that just came out of my mouth are not suitable to be said on stream.
I don't blame you, my friend. I don't blame you, and I think we're going to have to do a 12-lap sprint to compensate. They were on lap 25, and they were fighting for the win, but the big loser out of that's definitely going to have to be Young Wakey if we do that, because he is, yeah, and the thing is, we weren't really over three-quarter distance, so we definitely will have to restart that one, unfortunately. Oh, boy. I feel for you, Carbonboy. These are the Woods of Georgia really playing havoc, as is GT7, of course. And as before, all the rooms I'm looking at the moment to do with GT7 have all closed up, so that's not gone well. Don't know what it's getting very, very frustrating to say the least, so. Oh boy, and at that point we were looking at a fantastic little battle for P2, but now it really does open a can of worms in terms of what's going to happen for the rest of the race, because we weren't at three-quarters distance, so we can't call it a green flag, unfortunately, but we do have a bit of a grid to look at in terms of the structure of who's where and what's what. So, looking at that, at the current provisional spots, Young Wakey would be starting from P1, Evil Evo in P2, Stickers P3, Old Wakey in 4th there, Lenocious would be in P5, Mr. Bumcrack in 6, who's done a fantastic job to that point. P7 would be Pat Star, Freelix in P8, Black Project in P9, and of course Race Fan just bringing up the rear, of course, in P10. It's a real unfortunate circumstance, and we do apologise for this, guys. It is something that has happened that is out of our control, and it's just been like this for... Oh, it's been frustrating, to say the least, and it's not just our room that has gone down as well. It is a couple of rooms that have gone, and I do believe the wheel-to-wheel room went down as well, and I'm looking at Race on Oz. I think they had a room go down, so a lot of leagues suffering at this point in time, and it is very, very unfortunate. So, oh boy, we're looking forward to a fantastic little slobber knocker towards the end there, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. Gran Turismo just doing Gran Turismo things. So, just waiting for the drivers to start. So everybody in chat, just fire in your picks. We'll get this 12-lap sprint done. But yeah, it just means that all the stuff that happened at the initial part of the race, it's got to be let go, and we're going to get straight back into it. I can see a broken race start bottle there, a race start button there from Carbonboy, who's definitely not happy about that one, unfortunately. And don't blame yourself for that one, Luke. It's not your fault, mate.
My apologies to the people who built this combox. There's a broken few things in here right now.
Yeah, no, I side with you completely. I think the fridge door is definitely broken, so it looks like Obsession will be paying for a new bar fridge here in the comms box, but that being said, it is on the deeds tab at this moment, so...
I might just pinch the one out of my team owner's race trailer. He won't know.
No, that's all good. So, on the very least, at least we've got the grid to start this event, so that's good news.
I am just trying to get the event settings changed at this point. If the damn thing will stop initializing and let me, there we go. Okie dokie. Now, you wouldn't happen to be so kind as the room is being prepared. Come on.
So, we do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, bit of a rough run with Gran Turismo 7. It has definitely been a very painful experience for quite a lot of us, and especially for that break between the Season 6 and 6 Reloaded.
Oh, come on, GT7. Come on. Big deep breaths. Big deep breaths.
So,
I don't think I've ever had anything test my patience as much as this game has.
Yeah, I agree, and it's not a fun feeling with Gran Turismo 7. It's just been... frustrating is probably the best word to say the least, in terms of everything going on. Getting this one sorted though, guys, so just while we're waiting on the lobby to being prepared and getting that all done, there we go, as the race prep has gone through, which is good. It's just plain...
it's
just slow. Probably the best.
Come on. Yay, there we go. Alrighty.
Alrighty, so guys in chat, hang tight with us. We've got a 12-lap sprint to the finish, and this is going to be a bloodbath. So I do believe if we get halfway through this one, that will be 31 laps total, which will count towards three-quarter distance. So I think it's 24.
Alright, everybody has ticked in. Would you be so kind as to provide me with a starting order? I remember Wacky was in first.
No, it was Karen Unleashed. Alrighty, yeah, no, Young Wakey was in P1. Evil Evo in second position. Stickers in P3.
And slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I can't click the things that fast. All right, so we've got Evil in second, Stickers in P3. P4 was Old Wakey.
Yep, and Lenocious was P5.
Lenosis P5. P6 would have been...
Bumcrack.
Yeah.
And then
P7, Freelix.
No, Pat Star.
Pat Star, sorry.
Yeah, great job
Pat
so
Star,
far. Pat Star too.
Sorry. In P8, P9 was Black Project.
Yep, and 10th was Race Fan. So that will
Radio. So just double checking that.
Yep.
Otherwise, I do not want to reboot the lobby again. We've got Young Wakey P1, Evil Evo P2, Stickers P3, Old Wakey P4, Lenosis P5, Bumcrack P6, Freelix P7, Pat Star P8, Black Project P9, Race Fan P10.
That will be correct. So,
Radio.
wow. Well, let's get into it, guys. So this will be a 12-lap sprint. It will be do or die. It'll be the kitchen sink throne for this race win. And I do believe if we get to, if my corrections are correct, lap 28. So if we fail after lap 3, that's it. So we're just waiting for this race to begin.
Yeah, I just had to sticky tape that big red button back together. And it is working. Yeah. Maybe that power outage could have been caused by the change in weather conditions here in Georgia. It's gotten a bit cloudy.
And someone's taken the wall under the Fox Factory bridge there. So
Uh-oh.
that's interesting. I don't know who's done that in the spare time, but... away, so we'll go back to the race.
Young Wakey goes defensive very early.
Yep, very, very early indeed, and look just behind Evil Evo, wanting to have a bit of a sniff, and just behind these two, Old Wakey and Stickers. And are we going to see the power of the Corvette for the first time this season with absolutely no worries? Old Wakey goes a little bit wide and checks up Lenocious. Lenocious, could he have a big look down the Esses? No, he pulls back out, thinks better of it. These guys are all resetting now, and look down the back of the field. Race fan getting a little bit held up by Freelix at this point. But gee whiz, this has just reset the race completely on its head. Of course, we will get rid of the timer. Make sure that's done. Good job. KarenUnleashed, the streamer there. But look at this gap already. 0.8 of a second clear. Oh, Young Wakey's skipping away. Evil Evo P2 at this point. Stick is in third, and then it is a plethora of action behind. Lenocious is now up to P5. Bump Crack goes very defensive. Patstar sends it to the shadow realm, and he's gone! Well and truly gone!
Whoa!
That was to infinity and beyond, and he spun as well! See if we can get that on a replay.
That was massive.
That was a lick it, stamp it, send it, crash it moment. And that went straight to the Shadow Realm for sure.
Race fan thinking about having a look up Freelix on the inside of turn 1, backs out of it. Maybe a bit of PTSD from his off in the previous session.
These guys now completely reset. They don't have to think about fuel. They might have to consider the tyre life at this point though. 12 laps. It's a long, long way to go still.
I'm fairly confident these guys are just going to put
who's
the
that? That's down the back
you-know-what
of the
to
grid that's had a moment. Patstar's dropped.
They're going to put the you-know-what to the wall and just go at it as hard as they can for 12 laps. Tyre life be damned.
So Patstar had another big moment there at the top of the Esses. That's really not helped, but Lenocious has got a new lease on life here, and he's just starting to look at old Wakey. Jump on board now with the Accession Motorsports Mercedes SLS AMG. Looking at the locked up Motorsport Corvette, who has a little bit of an oversteer moment over the top of the hill. Old Wakey's starting to suffer from ECU issues again. Stickers has actually set the fastest lap of the race at this point.
Evil Evo is not letting go of Young Wakey.
Oh boy, how would Young Wakey feel if he actually loses the lead of this race?
I'm not going into that.
Might have to repair the button, and it's not just Young Wakey that's in real strife here. It's Old Wakey. He's got Lenocious all over him. Old Wakey's actually purple at this point too. This is crazy pace. And I tell you who's made right up some inroads. Black Project up to P7 right now. Great start to this sprint race with Black Project. He's got Bum Crack in front of him, and a little bit of oversteer on the exit, so that's going to compromise him. Might give Freelix a little bit of a sniff, of course, but go back up the front now, and Young Wakey's just found a little bit of time in the second sector.
Yeah, Evil Evo didn't have the greatest part of the lap just after from turn 1 through to the back straight. He just lost a little bit of time to Young Wakey, but he's actually clawing it back now as he does a 1:18.9 race lap.
And then you look at the fastest lap of the race though, Young Wakey, 1:18.8. Oh dear.
Boy.
These two have dropped stickers here who've done a 1:19.7 last lap. That's huge. Lenocious has actually dropped a little bit out of sight from Old Wakey here, so something's happened there, but Black Project's still sitting just behind Bum Crack, and Freelix has done a great job of holding race fan off. Got the hazard lights on.
Rather fittingly here, the doghouse driver, Evil Evo, is like a dog with a bone here. He's not letting go of Young Wakey.
He's doing a fantastic job here, he really is. So we've passed 3 laps now, so if anything happens at this point, it will be a checkered flag. We have passed 75% race distance. Jump on board now with the Aston Martin Racing Doghouse Motorsports. And Young Wakey looks like he's just found a chunk of time. It's just looking so strong, that Aston Martin from the locked up team. They've really got a handle on it this season. Onto the main straight now, and very quick 1:19.1 from from Evil Evo here. Stickers has definitely not been able to keep up with that pace at 19.7. The conditions have definitely not helped the situation out for Stickers here. Oh, wait, he's still keeping tabs on them, though. Just tune back in with this battle for P6 and 7 at the moment. Bumcrack's got Black Project still right behind him. Race Fan has gotten past Freelix, but has been held up by Freelix. Freelix hasn't had the pace, and Pat Star's still just struggling behind. He's just had a big moment behind his Pat Star. We'll just jump up the field a little bit though. Old Wakey's actually making serious inroads on Stickers here. Stickers is well and truly down. 3 seconds now between him and Evil Evo. So this second stint of the race, Stickers isn't able to do much at this point. Evil Evo and Wakey just setting a pace that he can't match. Just looking behind there, Lenocious sitting P5. Oh, someone spun! Evil Evo spun!
Evil Evo's gone!
That's huge!
No.
That is huge! That is championship changing stuff! See if we can get a replay.
Riding on board Old Wakey. I saw the yellow flag coming through the tunnel. Next thing I know, there was an Evil Evo. Tyre smoke everywhere.
So he must have just looped it just on the exit there. He just must have had a bit of oversteer. And that's put him back down to P5. Behind Bumcrack, who's actually just keeping the bit between the teeth. And Black Project here, who could very well find himself in 5th. Bumcrack has a big, big moment.
Lenosis runs wide. Loses a bit of ground to Old Wakey there. And picks up a half-second penalty just for his troubles. Just to add insult to injury.
If you're Bumcrack at this point, you're sensing a top 5 from a pretty miffed Evil Evo at this point. But then you've got Black Project, who's all over the rear bumper. This is going to be intense.
And now would be a good time for a fuel and tyre update. And that update is, it doesn't matter. Black Project down the inside.
Gets it done. Great move.
Oh, a little bit twitchy on the exit there, trying to get the power down.
Lenocious definitely had a big moment because he's actually fallen into the clutches of Evil Evo here.
Half-second penalty.
Very true.
Burned on the back straight.
I forgot about that. Keeping an eye on Old Wakey here at this point. 5 more laps to go in this sprint. And Old Wakey's got a new lease on life here. Look at how close he is to the back of Stickers. The gap is dropping. That Corvette is well and truly on pace at this point.
Oh, Lenosis, don't tell me that's going to come with an invoice again. Oh no, he's gotten away with it.
But Evil Evo is definitely on the hunt.
And he's got an angry doghouse Aston Martin 2/10 behind him.
And I don't blame him. That is championship defining. That could have real implications on the gap between Wakey and Evil Evo at this point in the title race. Lenocious going very defensive. Evil Evo's going to have a big look here though. Oh, a little bit of a bump and a grind, but Evil Evo goes up the inside. Can the crisscross work? Oh, he holds it. Evil Evo got it done.
Some good hard driving from those two. Lenosis was trying to go for the switchback around the outside of the...
Black Project's gone! We're on board with it. And he's just got understeered off at the front straight. Get that on a replay. But he was looking very strong for a top 5. He's just understeered onto the grass. The grass has sent him straight into the Shadow Realm. And that's
Old Wakey is right on the rear wing of Stickers. He might be on for a move onto the back straight in this lap.
And it's hard to keep an eye on the action because Evil Evo's got Lenocious all over him as well. That Corvette.
Young Wakey skipped out to 4.5 seconds on Stickers. I don't see, barring driver error, I don't see that gap coming down.
And the gap is closing between Stickers and Old Wakey. That Aston Martin in the tight, twisty stuff is really quick. But in a straight line, nothing can beat that Corvette.
There's probably a Datsun Racing Team owner cursing me right now for saying that. I'm sorry, but I call it as I see it.
And a prospective Div 1 prospect as well. We had to throw that in there. Anyway, Lenosius has still not lost sight of Evil Evo just in front of him there. Evil Evo made a great move. That Black Project incident has brought Race Fan back up to P7. He is starting to catch bump crack though. Been a great night for the Doghouse crew so far. Not Doghouse, Locked Up crew. That gap between Stickers and Old Wakey still under a second at this point, but just in the Esses, it looks like the Corvette's just struggling a little bit in terms of turning and stability. It looks very strong coming onto the back straight. Gap's 0.2 more than it was last lap though, so it looks like Old Wakey might just need to find a little bit more. Evo's started to clear Donosius a little bit, who does have another half-second penalty. And Race Fan's got to find a little bit more. He's definitely found a time though. He's found 0.3 so far this lap. It's looking very, very good. Young Wakey though, 4.2 seconds to the good, and he's just looking like he's not going to be stopped at this point. So, keeping an eye on Stickers at this point, he's got to make sure every corner counts, because it looks like Old Wakey's able to keep up with him in these sprint race style formats. The sun's really starting to come out over the last half of lap, that's for sure. Keeping an eye on Old Wakey at this point, he's just hanging there or thereabouts. He's closer now though than he was a couple of laps ago. Needs a great
Full credit goes to Evil Evo, sticking it back into P4 after his massive off. It's a fantastic effort.
And he might only be 4.3 behind. There's 2 laps left, but you know in this sprint race that Old Wakey and Stickers will throw the kitchen sink at each other. They'll keep it clean. And Bump Crack's now caught in a sandwich here because Race Fan has slashed that gap well and truly down. Bump Crack gonna have a look at Lenosius? No, thinks better of it. He really needs to start keeping eyes in the back of his head though in terms of this event, because Race Fan's not gonna let go of this one.
Speaking of, Race Fan got dangerously close to the grass coming onto the front straight there.
Yeah, and there's a couple of cones.
That was a hold my breath moment.
There's a couple of cones down at the Esses, so someone's gone straight through there. They would have picked up an invoice for sure. The gap between Stickers and Old Wakey is increased again. This battle though between Bump Crack, Race Fan and Lenosius for the top 5, there is absolutely nothing between these guys at this point of the race. This is where the battle is at. That one mistake from Black Project just sent him back a little bit. He's not too far behind these guys though. And Evil Evo's he's had a topsy-turvy night, hasn't he? He's definitely had the bit between his teeth, and looks like Stickers as a result might just dig into the points a little bit.
It has been an up and down night for him. Oh, Lenosius has gone off at the chicane.
Oh, he has too.
He's gone super deep under brakes, and he's in the wall. Speaking of up and down nights, there's another example of someone who's having a night that's going from great to worse, and he's going to be under threat from Black Project here. Now we're on the final lap.
So it looks like the battle between Stickers and Old Wakey, barring any incidents. Looks like Stickers might just have Old Wakey covered at this point. Young Wakey definitely in a class of one.
Bumcrack in P5 has Race Fan very close behind to worry about.
That's very, very true, and we want to stay on track with this battle, that's for sure, but we'll go back up the front, because this guy, even with the GT7 doing GT7 things moment, you can see him flashing the lights down the straight. He knows he's on the cameras. He's absolutely taken them to town tonight. 4.7 seconds the gap at the moment. He made the statement in qualifying with a 1:18.7. Then he backed it up in the race, looked cool, calm and composed. Flashes the lights over the top of the hill. He knows he's got this one. He's going to be very, very hard to beat. Wakey takes the win. Stickers will hold on. He will take P2. Old Wakey will get a podium position as well. P3. Evil Evo's fought back well for P4. Bumcrack in the drive of his season. P5. Race Fan recovers from 6th. Lenosha 7th. Black Project P8. Freelix down in P9. Oz Patstar will come across the line. P10. But a massive congratulations goes to young Wakey. Absolutely faultless all night. And he is going to be extremely difficult to beat. And in terms of the drop rounds, the gap may very well extend to the championship. That gap, oh boy. We're going to have to keep our eyes peeled in terms of the race results and see where that ends up, because young Wakey at the moment may have just extended that gap more than we know.
I'm going to do something that I don't think has been done in the history of Sector 1. I'm going to, for my driver of the day, I'm going to nominate every single one of these guys in Division 2 racing tonight. They've all got my driver of the day nomination for sticking with us through the delays that we've experienced, the lobby issues we've experienced tonight, hanging with us. Like, some of these guys, like myself, need to be up stupidly early tomorrow morning, and for them to not just throw in the towel and say bugger this, and to actually stick with it and see the race out, full credit to them all. Like, I'm proud to be the race director for these guys.
Yep, and I think I'm going to agree with you, to be honest. That GT7 throwing the kitchen sink at us, and as we always do here in Sector 1, we rise above it, and we've still got some racing in, and I'm proud of the guys that have just stuck with us tonight as well, just made sure that they didn't give up, and they still treated us to some fantastic racing. So just checking the chat at the moment, PD Pops has said, come on Doghouse boys, give it to him, and yeah, Doghouse, one of the big squads this season, that's for sure. Should be very proud of themselves. Stranger has said driver of the day Evil. PD Pops said driver of the day Evil Evo. So no bias there whatsoever, but I would agree with that in terms of singular drivers. Evil Evo did a fantastic job tonight. Actually, no, I would give my driver of the day, if I didn't have to choose the entire field, I would give it to Bumcrack. That's his best result this season, and to get a top 5 in a group of this caliber, it's extremely difficult. So yeah, no, very, very proud of him for sure. Dadson said driver of the day Bumcrack / Stickers. Stickers did a fantastic job tonight as well, I'll give him that. The Go Kangaroo, our major sponsors, of course. Thanks for sticking with us this season as well, guys. As well as On Point Profiling as well. Auto One, Next Level Racing, our major sponsors. Evil Evo, great comeback driver of the day from Go Kangaroo as well. So, whew, that was a fantastic race. So, I reckon after all the trials and tribulations of tonight, we might finish it off with some parting words and get it over and done with. So, Carbonboy, you got any words that you'd like to...
Well, my parting words. Well, now that I've broken the comms box fridge, I might have to go searching down in the pit garages for something that's a little bit stronger than beer after tonight's racing. Thank you to everyone at home and everywhere else, wherever you're watching. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope you enjoy the entertainment that was on.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I'll finish things off as well. I think, first of all, massive thank you to everyone in the chat. The banter was fantastic. Everyone was on point, and even though we had 2 issues in terms of GT7 being an absolute you-know-what, and it is past 9 o'clock, so we can drop a swear word provided it's very, very minimal, so like the ASS word. That's probably the best word to say for GT7 service tonight. Massive thank you to all the drivers, especially Group Division 2. I know both groups had their major issues, but it was frustrating tonight for both groups, but for them to stay by us and, still race tonight, thank you guys so much, and, we do appreciate everything you guys do. Massive thank you as well to Muffin, aka Aiden, and Carbonboy himself, the beautiful dulcet tones, for doing RDing tonight. I hope you guys, enjoyed the action while you did the RD events. Luke? I think he's gone down to the Ascension Racing box again to eat their Ascension Racing cupcakes from Andrew's win, or what's left of them anyway. And I thank you to everybody for getting involved tonight in terms of behind the scenes as well, and everybody who's tuned in. We will see you next weekend. Of course, we've got the final round, the drop zone, as we like to call it. So, Group 1, run and done. Distinct Andrew is the champion. As for Division 3, though, 3 drivers have the chance to make history. 2 of them teammates, 2 of them brothers. There is so many complexities in that event. So make sure everybody you tune in to that one, because it's going to be an absolute barnstorming event. Who's the pick? It's got to be between Dadson, Gruer, and the Stranger. Pressure's on, boys. Deliver us a good show. There's going to be a bucket load of other drivers who are not going to care one little bit, so the pressure's well and truly going to be on. But from all of us here at Sector 1, I am Brent, aka Karen, signing off. And as always,